And today I'll be discussing why Pisces fall in love fast, but then disappear. Now, when a Pisces fall in love with someone, usually it's because of their potential. It's never about you, how you look, always. Now, it does play a factor as far as attraction, but usually it's the potential. So, a Pisces oftentimes will fall in love with the potential. So, let's say that the Pisces sees who you may become, see, or what you or who you could become. And it could be related to them or not. So usually, let's say you have big dreams, okay? A Pisces can fall for the future version of you rather than the current version of you. So this could be the reason why a Pisces can fall in love fast and then disappear. Remember, it's all about the potential of their partner. So if the Pisces doesn't see a potential with you, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to stick around. They're not going to stay because it's almost like they have to see progression. They have to see, okay, who could you become being with me? See, now number two is the fact the Pisces likes to create a fantasy. See, because the one thing a Pisces doesn't want is the mundane, the same old structure of a relationship because it's boring. So a Pisces usually has a set fantasy of how they see things, how they want things to go. And even if it's not perfect or even if it's not, you know, doable, they have to know have the decision to make the choice whether or not, okay, am I going to stay with this person? Because if a Pisces can't fantasize with their partner, they're not going to stick around, bro. They're not going to do it. Welcome everybody that just came in. Appreciate y'all. Um, Shout out to you, Sedona. Welcome. Pisces gang. We in the building. And so let's say, according to the fantasy of a Pisces, appreciate the 100, Sedona. Appreciate the gift. What's going on, Subby Love, welcome, or Subi Love. And see the fantasy that a Pisces creates is almost like this. See, a Pisces like to fill in the missing details. And I'm gonna tell y'all how. So let's say if the Pisces had 2 conversations, they've already, imagined them, with their partner going on a vacation. See, the Pisces has this fantasy that, hey, we're gonna go do these big things together. Appreciate the gifts, Sedona, the sparkles. Appreciate that, and everybody that just came in. Subi, don't worry, I'm just getting started. So yeah, it's like a Pisces can look at, okay, we're gonna talk about this trip together that they see, the both of you going on. So that's why I say Pisces always likes to choose a partner that's willing to, become that of which that okay, put it like this. It's like the potential of their partner. Always the potential. And if you wonder why, like let's say a Pisces doesn't want to get with you, it's because they don't see a future with you. They don't see progression. They don't see transcendence. They don't see the potential. Like in their mind, what is the point? Like the version of you right now, if they don't see you changing within 10 years, because the intuition will let them know, okay, you're not going to change. If you're comfortable doing what you're doing right now, and that's it, that's all you got going, the Pisces says, oh no, because it's almost like 10 years from now, they know what you can, potentially become while being with them. They ain't gonna go. They ain't gonna go for it. So let's say it's a Pisces woman. Let's say she's a nurse. She already has her career, right? Boom. Now she wants a partner that has either the same or he's working on it. So you either got to be in school and be, pounding or hitting those books, going to class every day. You either got to be headed in that direction where you're mobile, you're using your potential. You're becoming something different than what you actually are right now. Then a Pisces woman will work with that. As long as you know you're chivalrous, doing have everything else, but what matters most is your potential. So if she sees you working at a job you hate, she knows the outcome. So she doesn't want to deal with that pressure of, okay, now I feel stuck with you because we got together and you don't like your job. So the last thing a Pisces woman wants is for someone to expect her to do all the work, like all the working, all the her. She doesn't want to be the breadwinner. She doesn't want to be the one that's forking out the bill. Everything is on her back, even if she has the means, because she doesn't see that it's fair. See, so you will never find her getting with somebody. She's not a gold digger. She's not like a Capricorn. She's more or less, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because Capricorn likes to capitalize. See, so even if a Capricorn knows, your situation, I'm not saying in a bad way, like, oh, they just go around, you know, trying to do that. No. So, welcome everybody. Let me see. Yeah, definitely the duality. So that's the thing, like, and what I begin to notice is the duality is very important because a Pisces can feel something, and then at the same time, the behavior, they can do something totally different than what they've just felt. See, because a Pisces has to process how they feel first, see, before they actually carry it out, to make sure that's the right move to take regarding how they feel. Because sometimes you could feel something, Pisces, and it's not for now, it's for later. See, it's like, oh yeah, we went, for instance, like metaphorically, we went to the grocery store, but I don't know why I bought groceries when I don't need any food. But hey, maybe this is for a later date. Maybe there's a storm coming, God forbid, and I just gotta have extra water or whatever it is, right? Because you gotta know the Pisces has to have that life is like a life jacket. They have to have that, okay, I'm risking my everything right now for the potential of something or a version to be better than what's going on right now. So I got to make sure if this doesn't work out how I planned, then I bet I have to have a, escape route, because that's the thing that gives Pisces the escape. See, if something don't go, look, put it like this. It's hot as hell out here. I'm sorry, y'all. It's 90 degrees, so bear with. It's like I'm like choking on just dry air right now. But yeah, a Pisces has to create the escape. So one fish is always, trying to see the potential in things and people and loving and just empathy and trying to work with people. The other fish is more, or the other, it's like the emotions. The other fish is all feeling. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I really want this situation to go, even though I can see that it needs work. But the other fish is like Philly, so it's trying to feel as you're out and about, and you're trying to work with people. Because I'm gonna tell you, with Pisces, people think Pisces are complex, but they're not. You make it complex because you're overthinking. You're overthinking the Pisces and trying to control them rather than, get to know them and learn them. So a lot of people that don't get you, it's because they can't find a way to control you. It's like, you tell your boss, hey, I'm good at all these different, skills at the job, or, just particular jobs. And it's like, you're so good at them that you feel like you can't just say, you feel like you can't tell people how good you are, because people try to control you once they realize how good you are, and you don't get the credit. So you could run Home Depot and run that shit like a damn, you know what I mean? Like a honcho, to the point where you won't get the credit. Whoever has decided to control you will get the credit. So instead of them slapping fives with you saying, oh man, you ran this thing by yourself, man, you caught on so fast, and you learned this thing, like, wow. No, they won't be telling you that. They'll be telling your boss, like, hey, good job, John. You got these guys out, really trained and working. And it's like he's benefiting off your energy and it's not even his own. Because once you quit, guess who gets fired? John. See, he loses his position because it was you that was doing all the shining, but you just don't get the credit until you leave. See, and I'm gonna tell you why that happens is because you as a Pisces, that's what I'm saying. You do two things at once. You create the escape. So even if your energy comes flooded into a environment, boom, and then all of a sudden you start doing things because this is what Pisces does. Pisces attracts the triggered individual, the person that needs the most help, because they have the energy, the right energy to heal that person and the environment. So let's say there was no green grass, there was like just poor, what they call it, vegetation, or just everything was just, the whole environment was just tore from the floor up. A Pisces come in that situation, cleans it up, then next you know, grass starts to grow. But it wasn't no grass there before. The funny thing is, they're not gonna, whoever's in that environment with you, or anyone that observes that, they're not gonna say, oh, it was because of that Pisces, now we got green grass. No. When you leave, they're gonna notice, okay, it was that Pisces, see, through the escape. So when you go in a situation, you pull all your energy, you absorb all your energy right back to it comes right back to its source within you. And that's why when you make decisions in the potential, you leave room for escape. It's cold-blooded, bro. You leave room for escape because you're gonna shine regardless if they want to give you the credit or not. See, it's almost like, yeah, I came here with my energy, but now if I get kicked to the curb, something bad happens, I'm prepared for it because I saw the potential, not just in my partner, but I see the potential in life. See, if I don't measure up to whatever it is I want to do, at any time I can escape and start over. And starting over is not like it's not bad. Starting over just means this is not the path that I should have took. See, that's why I said, as you're trying to risk, you're making a decision, you're trying to risk the version of whatever it is right now, the potential could be a lot better or not. See, and that's the reason why people be thinking that, oh, they think that the Pisces is just naive to someone's behavior. But Pisces is like, look, could you imagine, let's just say someone is a felon, right? But let's say they're very good at working. Let's just say they know how to work on cars, but they're a felon, right? Now Pisces is like, wait a minute, you still have something. See, you know how to work on cars real good, but nobody knows. So I can see the potential in you that everybody else might pass you up and think, oh, you got nothing to offer. But Pisces will hold on to you because the potential later on, see? Because Pisces, listen, nothing never stays the same with Pisces. The people around you don't stay the same. You meet people and then all of a sudden they change. It's like, oh, first there's, weeds and dandelions and all kind of shit. And then all of a sudden there's just like plantation and now there's roses, and this whole scene just changed because you could literally have an effect on someone's life so crazy. Like I'm talking about, just crazy, to the point where you affect them and then all of a sudden they're never the same. After they get to know you, it's like they're never the same. And then you be wondering why, like, why is everything that come to me when people are triggered by you, Pisces, you start realizing that, damn, what did I do? What did I say? You're surprised because you're like, I can't believe I had such an impact on these people that I didn't get credit, but now I see where credit's due. But it's like, now you feel like responsible because like you realize that your absorption is almost, it created an escape for other people, because you got to understand, being yourself is difficult. It's extremely difficult. You create the escape for other people to be themselves without feeling like, oh, I'm stuck. Because you can always have a better version of you. Like, think about it. Michael Jordan now, he's not as good as he was back then, but he can be, because anything's possible. That's why what the whole motto of Pisces is, I believe. Faith without works is dead. A Pisces knows if I just put my mind to it, the whole situation can be better. You could always be better. That's why I say you're never going to start off cold or goated until later. See? Because now the grass has been watered, the seeds have been planted. Now you're going to reap a harvest because you believe that the harvest was going to come. You didn't give up on your beliefs. So when you pick a partner, sometimes people might look at you, Pisces, and be like I remember, I'm gonna tell you a true story. I was with a Sagittarius woman, right? And my whole family, they laughed at me. They called her chubby, they called her all these names, and they was like, dude. And she had rotten teeth, like all her teeth were rotten. And I didn't have an issue with it. Why? Because I saw her potential. That can be fixed. Like you gotta understand, like so many things about a person can be fixed, bro. Like let's just say let's say a woman right now you're talking to, right? And then all of a sudden you see all these things. Oh, she looks like this, and oh, her nails aren't done, and she doesn't have a pedicure, a manicure, bro. She can transform, bro. You sometimes all it takes is because you gotta understand that everybody's different, and then some people just don't know that they could do things to enhance it, like to transform. Like you could literally, bro, you could literally go out there and overlook something and cast it aside because you think this is the final version of that person. A Pisces is like, nah, hey, come here. I'm gonna pick you right there in the corner. Yeah, I want the one nobody wants because guess what? By the potential, but she becomes the final version, all y'all gonna want her because she got healed. Bro, listen, look, sometimes it could be self-esteem. It could be anything the person going through. But I'm telling you, I done seen people change. The same person that everybody overlooked. It's like everybody wants her now. See? And it's like you can really heal somebody. I've done this so many times where I was with this Leo. Nobody liked her. Nobody liked her. And then I know what y'all gonna say. As soon as she got healed and she felt, herself again, she left. Gone. She was just gone. See how I created the escape for her to feel free? It's cold-blooded. See, you gotta understand, you get the credit when the job well done is over with. You not only do you mirror people, Pisces, when you heal them, you give them a reflection. See? So now when they feel better, they can feel it. They can see themselves feeling better now. So there's no closure. All there is escape. Because you gotta understand the scariest thing is this. When you get healed, you don't believe that, oh, my something changed for me hanging out with this Pisces. And then like the boogeyman, you're like, oh, I'm healed now, but now I'm afraid of the healer. So it's like they escape from you because it's like, yo, what else can this person possibly change about me that I don't know about myself? Because you get to know yourself when you're with a Pisces. You start to see the problem is this. Everything that you store on the inside of you comes out when you're with a Pisces. You feel comfortable talking about stuff that you've never told people. I talked to a Sagittarius today, and she just literally told me stuff that I didn't ask for, but I'm glad she got it off her chest. But she was just telling me, like, just nuts and bolts about, oh, she doesn't want a relationship right now because she has a variety. She said she got 25 men that she talked to off and on, off and on. And she said that she doesn't want a commitment because she's just doing her. And I said, well, it's to be expected because you're a Sagittarius, and I'm glad. See, the funny thing is this. She said exactly what her sign her sign consists of, man. Yeah, I couldn't expect something different, but I still can see her potential. But she is in a month. Put it like this: she's at a time in her life where she just wants to do her because she was with somebody that tried to cage her. It's cold blooded, bro. So that's why I say, like, bro, you gotta know that a Pisces, always remember, they come with an escape as well, not only for themselves but for the other person. So other person, as soon as they accept who they really are, they're free to go. And that is the credit. That's the credit, is that, oh, okay, you good to go. I'm glad I could be of help. See, that's it. Because the thing about it is, people, the only person, I'm gonna tell you, when somebody comes into your life, Pisces, and they just cling on to you like a cancer, they just cling on to you. And no matter how much you done help them and you done save them from whatever, you gotta understand, the person that can really hone in on your energy and last and stick with you is a Leo. Bro, I'm gonna tell you a true story. Like put it like this: a Leo and a Pisces can definitely work. It's just, here's the thing, Pisces, you cannot get burnt out. Because you will feel, listen, as you begin to attend to a Leo woman, or if you're a Pisces woman dealing with a Leo man, you will feel the energy. See, it will be intense, because it's almost like the Leo woman or Leo man could be everything that you fantasize about, or what you really would want out of a person, and vice versa. Problem is, once you become that guy, that fantasy guy, or that's the fantasy woman that you always wanted, there's no escaping. There's no escaping. So now that takes your energy. It makes you feel like, oh, now I'm like really attentive and like, oh, you're cold. Let me get you a coat. And the one thing about a Pisces, they're very thoughtful, and they'll grab the blanket before you ask for it, Leo. So it's like, if you're cold, they already knew that you were cold. They already got the blanket, like, here, just in case you get cold. And then the Leo's like, oh, you read my mind, like, damn. And then it gets to that point like that. But here's the thing: Leo magnifies, and anything Leo touches, it's like family, bro. So what you gotta be, ain't no escaping, Pisces. When you're with that Leo, you can't go running no damn cave. You can't run away and just like try to recharge, because a Leo wants to come with you. See, Leo is like a lion in the jungle. And the lion likes to have a pack, bro. Lion, like just like Lion King. Leos travel in packs like entourages, bro. They come with their own crew. If you're their boyfriend or you're their girlfriend, man, listen, they got to come with you. You cannot be like, oh man, I'm gonna go to the store, but I just want to go alone. It ain't gonna work, bro. Cause she gonna think you trying to hide some shit, because everything is out in the open. Everything, while the Leo's center stage and so are you, there ain't nothing hot. You can't listen, bro. A Leo's energy is so intense, bro, because you gotta stand. This is fixed fire, bro. So, and you cannot, even if you wanted to or tried to, you couldn't hide shit from a Leo, bro. Fire burns through reality, bro. Always remember this with the fire signs. It's very difficult to manipulate the way that the fire burns, because you can't manipulate fire. Like, if you really try to smother a fire, it's like you gotta do it a certain way. Otherwise, if you don't have the right type of energy, you can't put that fire out. You could have extinguishers just blowing just all over the place, and guess what? It's still burning. It's like that type of fire from California, bro. Like that fire that just like everything it touches, it makes it even more intense, like even more, it burns more, like, and it's like to the point where everything that the fire comes, I'm gonna do a video about this, but like everything the fire touches, it becomes a part of that fire. See, it's like, oh, now all your energy is absorbed to that fire. See, and it ain't put that water is not going to put that fire out. So that means that you have to accept the Leo. You have to merge. And it's gonna burn at first. See, because you're gonna feel like, I can't do anything alone. You want to escape to yourself, Pisces, when you're with Leo, because you're not comfortable being on center stage. See, all the time. You will go do a show, but once the show's over, you want to escape and go home but that ain't gonna happen with Leo. Leo is like, oh, we going to the bar. And grab Pisces right behind it, grab the fish behind his neck and say, okay, we're going to the bar now. And the Pisces is like, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. It's too much. That's usually why a Leo and the Pisces splits up, because the Pisces gets burnt out. Because it's like a Pisces can get to a point where he or she is doing everything to, comfort the Leo. You may pamper the Leo in such a way to where the Leo never gets tired, bro. That's the thing. The lion does not get tired. Like, she could go to a comedy club. Y'all could have went to the damn NFL championship game. Y'all could have went to mom and dad's little, cook shop. Y'all could have went to the library for 2 hours to read. And she still wants to go out and do stuff. It's like, oh my God, like you could get burnt out. Like right now, how I'm sweating, you could feel like, oh, as a Pisces, like, oh man, I don't know how am I gonna escape? You can't, bro. Escaping the Leo is like y'all breaking up, bro. If you don't go with her, if you do not include her, bro, it's not gonna work. She has to be with you to do everything. And that's not a bad thing, but I'm just letting you guys know you have to be ready for this energy, because Leo is engulfing. It's like it's way more intense than a Sag fire or an Aries. See? So this fixed fire is like in your face, is like a person that is a visualist. They can actually just look at a situation, because she wants to help you, Pisces. So this is why you need Leo, because Leo gives you direction. See, helps you, because remember I said this, you cannot manipulate fire, bro. If you tell a Leo, look, I have a dilemma, right? These people been fought. Let's just tell, I'm gonna just say, for example, you tell the Leo, you're like, yo, it's all these people bothering me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm anxious. You bring this to the Leo. The Leo is gonna burn through all that emotion and all that shit. And guess what she's gonna tell you? Don't even worry about it. F them. And it's like that right there, telling the Pisces that, it's like, oh, damn. Yeah, yeah, okay, F them, F them. Yeah, you're right, F them. But it's so much confidence and just energy that it's like that Leo could get you to see the world in a different light, to where it's like you become enlightened, to where there's like this devotion that you guys have, to where he or she would teach you like how to be noble and just like, man, just shine. Who cares? Like they'll say it so nonchalant like that, to where it's almost like, I gotta spend a lot more time with you, because yeah, you real, like, because they be real confident and bold like that, to where they don't care what people think about them. Like, and they'll tell a person like, I don't care, like that, even though I'm telling you this, I don't care, but hey, whoop de whoop de woo. And then it's like people just have to just hear it, and then even if they don't like what the Leo's saying, but it can help Pisces, definitely. So another thing now with Pisces is this. Okay, so a Pisces feels everything intensely. Now, let me see. Let me see here. Okay. Said Uber driver therapy. Andrea said, rather a half a woman with a good spirit and not heart and say. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, welcome. Kia said, yes, I wasn't at my best with this Pisces man, but we fell in love, but he listened and thoughts. Or thought he could find better now. I'm transformed, would never give him a chance. Yeah, it be like that. I mean, I really see that Pisces gives lessons, whether they're good or bad. It's like a Pisces can be everything that you hate or everything that you love, and there's no in between. Anybody that you ever ask, hey, how are you in this Pisces? They're quick to just unload a whole bunch of, let me tell you this, but as they are explaining, all you feel is emotions. And these emotions are emotions you haven't dealt with. within yourself. Because if you're still triggered or bothered, then these are things you got to work on. Because a Pisces will trigger all these unresolved inner conflicts within yourself, all those emotions of how you feel and what pisses you off. And the Pisces will do just that, piss you off so that you could heal from those emotions and escape. See, and escape the trap mindset of your subconscious. Because your subconscious could be closed. You could literally live this life and just never use your subconscious because all the emotions, everything hinders it, blocks it off. See, and the first thing that keeps it blocked off is you not accepting your faults and the fact that you do have the lessons or things to work on. Because if you don't want to face your real self, guess what? That's just more work for you to do, and then it cuts off your subconscious. The subconscious has all the answers, has all the tools that you will need to, fix your situation. But not everybody knows how. See, but you gotta know how to tap into it because that's another thing. Could you imagine if the subconscious was under your hood of your car? You would have to find its latch. You can't get under there just thinking like, oh, if I just think subconscious. No, you have to tap into your subconscious mindset, your subconscious mind. So you have your conscious mind, which is like what we're doing now. You're consciously aware of what's, this is my, my phone, my camera, boo, do, 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 do. Then you have when you're unconscious is like when you're out of it or you're sleeping. And then your subconscious is what you can't see. It's like, oh, I subconsciously want to have a business. I subconsciously want to have a wife. Things that you don't have right now in your possession. Your possessions are in your subconscious. It's cold-blooded. You have to manifest those things from your subconscious down to earth. It's like look at your subconscious like a treasure chest. All your possessions, things you want, but you just don't have them yet. How do you think you get that stuff? You got to manifest it. See, it's like you can't just go into it with a key. See, you got to get the latch. You gotta crack that bad boy open. So it's like you only gonna be able to do that doing it a certain way. Now, okay, so as I mentioned, a Pisces feels everything intensely. So one deep talk, it feels like months and months and months of bonding. So that's why you can never just have a surface level small talk, type of situation with a Pisces and think that's that. Like that's not how it's way, way more deep than that. But it always doesn't look that way because the illusion. So most people think Pisces are just simple. They think we're just drones and we just walk around and just, stare into the water or stare out there into nothing. And it's not like that. See, you don't see how deep a Pisces is because, like I say, you're too busy looking at the illusion. You're so drawn and entertained by the illusion. See, and that could be what they currently look like. You could look at a Pisces simply and say, oh, this dude or this woman doesn't look like nothing. Like some may say in the chat, oh, Uber driver therapy. But it's like, hey, it's way more deeper than that. And sometimes you can't see it because guess what? You can't swim. That's why Pisces will want to know your potential. Can you swim? Can you keep up with me? Because if you can't do what I could do, you're going to drown. And then you become a liability. And the Pisces like, no, I can't simply mess with you. You could look like what's her name? Ice Spice. You could look like Lotto. And guess what? Pisces like, it ain't even worth it. If you don't have that potential, it never will work. Now, another situation is, let's say you have a late night conversation with a Pisces, and all of a sudden everything changes. Guess what? Sometimes those conversations with a Pisces can be a long-lasting conversation. You could be talking on the phone. I'm gonna tell you, you could be on the phone with a Pisces for like 3 hours, and a Pisces won't even feel it. Won't even feel like that's a long time. But a lot of people be like, "Damn, that's a whole lot of caking." But to a Pisces, is like, see, you gotta understand that half of that time is for what? The illusion. See, And then half the time is for the facade. So a Pisces knows I gotta spend for me to get to know you, I have to spend half the time for your for me to know what your illusions are. Then I got to see where your facade, where that lives. See? Because you gotta understand when you meet people, it's never just simple. It's never just like, oh, hello, oh, how are you? It's not just that. It's everything is abstract. See, everything it can be an illusion. So you could be delusion to the fact of thinking that everybody's nice when everybody's not. It's like they just appear to be because of the facade. Because look, if you look at people like this, and it's not for you to worry, it's just for you to be aware. Some people will treat you like an interview. See, they're just willing to sneak through the front door undetected and just want to get their foot in the door with you. See? And yeah, they could have a motive, or maybe they just want to, win you over or just, be in your life for whatever reason. But then you got to be careful because the very thing they sold you. See, if they sell you on a lie and you accept it, I'm telling you, they're gonna eventually do something that shows it. It's gonna be like, well, hey, I never really cared anyway. I'm surprised you let me through. See? Because the true colors would be, oh, I never wanted, to be, or hey, it went this far. I'm surprised. So you, like I said, you got to know and treat a situation as such because if you don't look at people coming with those impressions, and like I say, an impression could be just like a dentist. You get an impression, it's not your real teeth, but guess what? The illusion shows that, hey, oh, I thought those were your real teeth. And then everybody's like, yo, that's not her teeth. And see, you're the last one to know. You feel like, wait a minute, did I miss something? This whole time I thought her teeth were real. You fell for the illusion. You fell for the illusion. And now the illusion hides the facade. Because she's talking like they're hers. She's acting like they're hers. And why would she project that? Because she wants you to believe it. Wants you to believe the lie through the illusion. Because you might not listen. There's so many people that do not question what they see. Like you can literally see a loose dog outside, right? And then the first thing you think is, oh, I know about pets. I'm safe. Bro, you might get your ass bit still. Just because you didn't leave room to think. You must think before this is the thing you have to do. To see the illusion and to not be fooled by the facade, because they come together. You have to think for 1 second and say, I'm not falling for the first impression. You know how they say it takes time to get to know people? Guess what? You need to take time. See, because that booby trap, that first impression could be an interview. They just want to win you over with something quick and temporary. And then boom, you realize that this was not the real them. Because they sold you a lie. You accepted it. But if you slow it down and say, wait a minute, let me get to know you. That was just one day. Let me give me a week. Say this to yourself. I need a week. They don't have to know that you're giving them a week. But remember, if there's no consistency, if they're not consistent, oh, if you see something change, that means the facade is what? Breaking. See, I'm going to tell you, the mask doesn't last long, meaning the facade. An illusion can't last. Listen, it shouldn't last long because once you know, like if you look at something for what it truly is, some of you could do this without thinking about it. You just know what's real and what's not. But there's some people that trust and believe what they see. And they get robbed. They wonder how they got finessed and robbed or just taken advantage of by plain Jane in broad daylight. It's like, yo, how did you let that happen? Well, because it looked like a mailman. I didn't think nothing was going to happen. Because it looked just like a You cannot be that simple, that easy. You can't let people do stuff one time and trust them off the rip, even though they look safe. The whole everything, because they dress, they dress to impress. The interview cover. Listen, that's a trap because listen, the interview when you interview someone, you have to ask them questions, certain type of questions to get certain answers, but they can't know it. See, because if you just accept everything they yap to you, then like it's like, oh, well, seems like you got a lot of experience. Oh, yeah, well, you got the job. Yeah. That's just too easy. And they're going to see the person that got interviewed is going to say, wow, there was no boundaries here. There's no boundaries. Hey, man, so he's going to call this boy up, one of his boys, his girlfriend, his whole little shiesty, you know what? Hey, man, I just got this job at such and such. And, man, they just hired me, and I'm a felon. I got all this. I don't even have the experience. And word of mouth, and all these people start applying that feel, oh, it's that easy to just get through. And that's the thing when people do this with people of all different walks of life, and it's like when people do you dirty, why do you think that happens? You did not get to know them well. You did not see. It's not that these people. What's going on? Welcome everybody. Just came in. I'm just trying to help people see like the difference with the facade. Appreciate the gift. Appreciate that. Let me see. Appreciate that, Sean. Yeah, so like people, what I'm just trying to get y'all to see is that every person that you see that comes into your life, they come with both. They come with the illusion and the facade. See? And what it is why I say this is because there's always something about a person that they don't want people to know. It could be an insecurity, it could be trauma, it could be whatever. And then the illusion is that, hey, this is what I'm projecting to you. Please believe this about me. Because I don't want you to what? Question it. See, the fear is questioning things. Wait. Are those your real teeth? Oh, are you really that? Are you really this? Those type of questions scare people that are operating like this. Because it's like, oh, why? The mask does not last long. The mask is cheap. It's made of brittle. It's not even, the mask doesn't even, listen, I'm gonna tell you, people think that people can lie. But bro, no. The only reason a person can lie to you if you believe them. It does the most damage when you actually believe the lie. Because a lie is like a fly that flies around that is damn near harmless. Unless you just dumb enough to leave out some raw chicken or something. It's like, but you gotta know that the lie is not powerful. You intensify it by how much energy you put into the lie. See, the lie is almost like it grows as you add to it, but it is worthless and it actually is powerless. So why am I saying that the facade is fragile? And why is this? Because the ego wears it. It's cold blooded, and the ego is just like an egg. Okay, that's just like the yolk. Because a lot of people think the ego is terrifying. Oh my God, they got a big ego. That's the softest part of an individual is their ego. And when you see the ego, what does that let you know? That means you have already surpassed the facade and the illusion. You're right at its core. See that? So now as you see a person's ego, that lets you know how powerful your aura is. Auras, see, I'm gonna give y'all a video about auras. Your aura can burn through other people's realities. See, this because you gotta understand, if a person has that illusion of what they want other people to believe about them, that is not true, and you just burn through that, you get right to the core, and now you're dealing with somebody in their ego. Do you know how powerful that is? Because now that ego, this is the funniest thing. Think of Lex Luthor, okay? From I think it's DC. But if you look at Lex Luthor, he's like the softest mother effer, but The illusion is that, oh man, he's all like in this robotic like type of, shell, but he's like the most egomaniac like type of person, but he's so soft and weak. But he hides in this armor shell. So the minute you actually like see him, you like, oh man, I gotta run. I'm scared. I'm scared. But he's not tough. See, he just looks tough. It's cold, bro. It's cold blooded. That's why you need to have perception. You need to have awareness, bro. You have to be aware because listen, the ego, it looks tough, but it's not tough when people use it. What that person is really screaming out is, I hope you, man, I hope you're afraid of me. Please be afraid of me. Please be afraid of me. Please, 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 because I'm scared. When people go to their ego, that means they're done. They've already lost subconsciously. It's cold-blooded, bro. See, you could whoop somebody's ass without putting your hands on them, but you could whoop their ass in their mental. Subconsciously, you've already defeated them. So now they become like Lex Luthor. Once they see, oh, you're not afraid of me, and I got all this armor on. Hell, my ego's out, and you're not falling. You're not afraid. You're not moved, bro. They dissolve, bro. They dissolve. They cannot be that same person because you've changed their version. You can't do something that didn't work. In other words, it's like, yeah, I threw a rock at this glass, or you walk past a store and you threw a rock and it did absolutely nothing. Why would you throw another one? You didn't have enough strength to throw the first one. You see how a person gets discouraged right after, oh, wait a minute, that was hey, I didn't break that window? What the hell? You look like a fool doing it again. Why would you try something twice if it didn't work? For that particular situation, when you're trying to project, when you're trying to, you know, deceive someone, because that's really what the facade is, deception. So you got to understand that if a person doesn't want people to know the real them, these are the two things that's in front of you when you meet a person. You see how like crazy this is? Because it's like, yo, now that's why when you find out how someone really is when they didn't present themselves like that and they just weren't honest, you feel energy. You feel like, oh, I'm a little drained. This was work. See? Because of those, that's what it does. It drains you. The energy drains you because listen, it doesn't want you to question it. And that's why I tell people only think when necessary, because everything doesn't require you to think. If that was the case, you would have to what? Take your driver lessons, your driver lesson or class test or whatever again. After already getting your license, what the hell would you have to go back to take the test again? It wouldn't make sense because you already know how to drive, man. That's what I'm trying to say. When you know things, you don't fall for the illusion, bro. When you know how to drive, let's say, the trucks that have the air brakes, you don't have to think about shit. You already know how to drive it. You could just jump in that mug and get it started and go on your merry way. But you see how people just do things when they know things because it requires less energy. It doesn't take any energy to think. That's why when you go up against the illusion and facade, you have to think because you have to differentiate what is real and what is fake. Now, the funny thing is this: the people that do this are considered what? They're like fans in such a way. And I mean like FAN. And what I say by a fan is like a fake ass nigga. It's like fake ass person. You gotta look, bro. If a person, if I'm gonna tell you, people do this all the time. They may act fake, bro. And anytime they're acting fake, you gotta know they don't want to be themselves around me. That's why it feels awkward. That's why it always doesn't work, goes left. People do not want to be their real selves because they're afraid of themselves, bro. You gotta understand, like, a lot of people don't want to be questioned. They don't want to, have to come into grips with who they are, what they got going on, and the lessons. See, The lessons, because karma, bro, is the manifestation of that. They know that, oh, I can basically what? Increase or bring the karma sooner. Hell, we're gonna talk about what I need to work on, or just to simply be myself. Well, guess what? Karma is gonna say, hey, somebody's at the door. Who is it? Oh, it's karma. So some people don't want to even speak on nothing that they feel like they're not sure of themselves, and they don't want to, be that way. But it's better to be that way, because it's easier it's the easier load on yourself, and it's going to heal you. Even if it's something that you feel is not right, or you feel like, oh, it could be better, just be yourself, bro. It's so easier just to be yourself, bro. Because as soon as you try to put that facade on, it's not a one size, fits all, but some people think so. And it's like, yo, you gonna realize your feet gonna start hurting, your head gonna start hurting, and you're gonna be like, yo, this don't even fit well, because you're trying too hard. And that's the thing. Why people say you're trying too hard to fit in to something that you don't belong. See, because that's not who you are. That's the situation as well. And you wonder why it leads to that. When you're like, yo, I'm trying to fit into this small ass like space, and it's like, you're trying to squeeze your toes into those shoes that are too small, and you're like, yo, well, these shoes don't fit you, man. You have to damn near, tear your damn toes off, man. You sitting there trying to fit your size 12s and a size 7. It's not gonna work. It's not. You can't hide, bro. That's the thing. You cannot hide, and I'm gonna tell you, when something doesn't fit, guess what? It slips right off, bro. You listen, you cannot hold that facade up. You cannot hold it up. That mask will literally slip off, and the real you is gonna show. And it's not that it's gonna project. At this moment, you can't control it. It's gonna reflect. See, it's gonna show. Like, could you imagine somebody pretends to be a carpenter, and let's say they faked it on their resume just to, like the interview, just to get their foot in the door. And now they're responsible for something, because the guy that does all the work, Mr. Jenny Jinx, or whatever, or Angela, she's not at work today. So he can't hide behind Angela to do all the work, because he doesn't know how to do it, because he lied on his resume, right? Here's the thing. Once she calls off or she takes a vacation, he's screwed. And let's say that's the only person that could help him. He's gonna be sweating bullets. Oh man, where's Angela? Oh, I got to this thing broke down, got to put it together. I don't know how to really do it. See how the mask slips off, and now karma. Hey, somebody's at the door. Yo, hey, yo, Joe, somebody's here to see you. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, is that laxative? Oh, because damn, I almost shitted myself. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's karma. It's karma. Hey, no, hey. Then you get fired because you didn't know the job. What was the point of lying anyway? See how it's not even worth it. Well, I just wanted to get a couple couple paychecks. Bro, it's not worth it, bro. Because if you lie about something, it's gonna come out, bro. That's why I said he was probably hoping for laxative to be at the door, but then he got karma. So it's like, oh, even though I almost shitted myself, I still got shitted on. Cause there's no escaping, bro. Like you can't escape like the whole thing. Some things you feel like you can escape when there's no escape. When you think you're playing a game that the whole objective of the game is nobody wins. That's why I'm saying it's insanity for people to just do stuff and just be like, oh, well, until I get caught. Bro, if you get caught, more happens than you just, them just letting you go all, scot-free or just that easy. No, it does damage. See, reputation, everything. So that's just my little spill on that. But now another thing is let me see here. Okay, so now I'm gonna say this. If a Pisces is ever mad about something, always remember this. they go quiet. They're not gonna say nothing. If a Pisces is mad, they're not saying that. So a lot of people think the anger or the danger of Pisces when they're upset, they think like there's some type of like explosion that happens with their emotions. Like, no. And I'm gonna tell you, you gotta be careful when you upset a Pisces. This hits way harder than any zodiac sign, any other zodiac sign, because of Pisces becoming quiet, or just the silence is intensified to where you don't know what's coming. And the Pisces doesn't like tell it, they don't show you on their facial expressions, you don't get any type of forewarning. And it's like everything just hits you all at once. And then people are like, yo, I didn't see that coming. You feel like if a Pisces does strike in the midst of them being that silent, those type of strikes are not like little, taps, a little simple little bites from like a like a spider or something. It's like a situation happens to where it's like a sunken ship. It's like something happens where that Pisces messes you up so bad where you lose a job, or you get, maybe you slip and fall over something, or like something just crazy just happens. Like, let's say, for example, let's say you're in a let's say you that you're let's say you gotta operate a ship, a boat or something, right? And then the Pisces knew that you had to drive that boat at a certain time. So the Pisces, to get revenge, or you piss that Pisces off, a Pisces might go on that boat, take those keys and throw them in the water. Then all of a sudden, oh, here comes 4 o'clock. Here comes Johnny. He's about to get, he has to move the boat. Johnny gets on there. He can't find his keys because the Pisces just grabbed him and threw him in the water and just walked off, just looking normal, not passive, just not look, no facial expression. Next thing you know, Johnny's screwed. He can't move the boat. Now Johnny's just, he's so emotionally just wrecked to where that could be a form of Pisces getting revenge, to where, oh, now you just asked out. Where are the keys? Well, you're responsible. Johnny got to have the keys to move the ship. And then what the funniest thing, it's not really funny though, because it's actually like pretty bad, but it's like when Pisces does something, it gets so many people involved. So it won't be just Johnny, but then it'll be his friend. Then it'll be like his boss. They're all looking for those keys. And then the craziest thing happens when the Pisces says, you know what? What's going on? Pretends like, oh, like they're in their own world. Oh, what's going on? Wait, Johnny, you lost the keys? Oh man, see, I told you about that dude. Like, and then a Pisces will literally tell the boss and say it in your face, like, yeah, you guys gotta find somebody more responsible, because this dude just doesn't, he just hides shit and they can't find it. But my point is this, is that you never know how clever the Pisces will go and how deep they'll go into the depths. When they're pissed, they do stuff that you would never even think somebody would do. Like, you would never think somebody would even throw the keys away. That's something you need, or something like, cut the power off. It's like, could you imagine working in a Pisces discover where the main unit to the whole entire plant, that he could literally just pull the latch and shut off all the lights? And you think this is the Pisces first time fucking with this damn light switch. The Pisces already then came across it already. They have already figured it out. So when there was no staff, a Pisces pulled that damn switch and saw what it did and said, "Ooh, they pissed me off. I'm coming over here and I'm fucking with the power." So that's the thing, because when the Pisces, when they strike in silence. It's what you can't see. They'll mess with something with what nobody pays attention to. It could be a source of energy that's like in the wall and nobody knows, like, yo, they can't figure it out. They can't find it. So it's like a Pisces can find something. It could be a side of the plant It could be a weak entry point where the Pisces discovered that, oh, there's a weak entry. I could just pull this padlock off this fence, and now their whole freaking, their whole source is open to the world. Anybody could just walk up in here. So sometimes the Pisces be like, you know what, y'all been playing with me. Y'all really pissing me off. Woo de woo. Okay, guess what? I'm gonna go to that weak entry, and I'm gonna grab that padlock and throw it out somewhere where nobody can find it, and I'm gonna just leave the gate open. Because Pisces knows. See, the problem is it looks like it's just something that nobody really cares about. But Pisces sees the potential in everything, bro. Pisces knows this little ass lock. It don't look like nothing. It don't look like it's really gonna be a big deal for this company. But then, once that Pisces set that booby trap and take that lock off that damn gate, now in the morning, all these truckers are just coming through without calling. They're all just sneaking into the plant, and just Pisces is like, ooh, it's like 20 trucks that's in the plant that didn't sign in. They didn't call over the intercom. So now what is this gonna do? Affect security. They're gonna get in trouble. And hope to God that they don't go in there stealing brass or stealing materials. It's cold-blooded. See, you don't know how a Pisces can do something and it might not look like nothing. It might look like, well, what are you doing that for? That's stupid. Like a Pisces can look into let's say it's a business, and they have a bunch of food in the fridge. It could be a bunch of Cokes for like the people that work there. A Pisces can go in there and drink one a day. Throw the little can in a different garbage can to not be, for there's no evidence. Every day a Pisces drinks a Coke from that little, it could be a portable fridge. Only to when someone discovers, hey man, I bought a whole damn 24 pack and it's gone. Yo, I just want to know where they go. Did anyone drink it? And it's like, no, we didn't even have Coke. No one had any Coke. So then the lesson is learned, and then people start putting cameras up that wasn't once there until the Pisces caused the situation to happen to where the lesson is like, well, no more, no more cameraless rooms anymore. So a lot of times, what Pisces can be in a situation where they make the business more, more safer or better. But it could have been from a situation that was not like, it could have been a Pisces being pissed off, or it could have been a situation because you guys got to understand, like with Pisces and Neptune, the planet of sudden events, sudden deaths, just sudden things that just don't, you just can't make sense of. It's like, well, damn, why did that happen? Or why did he do this? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I had a situation happen where I had I delivered some food, okay? And I accidentally the way I had it in my trunk, I had it like, everything all, sorted out. And then when I got to the delivery, what threw me off was the customers were like standing outside, and they were like in my way. That, I'm telling them, yo, I got to get a picture. And it's like they were just like distracting me somewhat. So when I went in the trunk, I grabbed my second delivery items and accidentally mixed the orders together. And then I got confused, like, yo, wait a minute, does this go with the order? And then me just rushing and them just standing outside watching me like that, I just like gave them the wrong stuff. So as I'm driving, it dawned on me that, hey, you gave, this customer's, Gatorade away to someone, on an accident or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not finna drive all the way back, and I know they're not gonna give it to me. So I had to drive to a different grocery store to get those items that I accidentally gave to the other, customer, to make it right. But why do I say this? Because sometimes a Pisces can think about, hey, I still want the customer, to have their things, even though I made a mistake. But if I let this mistake go, it can actually be worse. See, like I can get, in trouble, accused. It's better for me to be like, see, a Pisces will look at two things at one time. What is better or worse? Me getting chewed out by the company and the customer, reporting missing items, or I get reported because I'm taking too long. I'd rather get reported because I'm taking too long. What are you doing? Oh, I went to what? Use the restroom. Oh, why are you driving, out of the route? Oh, let's say the customer is asking me, yo, why are you're going the wrong way. I'm sorry, I really have to use the bathroom. Boom, go in there, grab the items, and then bring them. Boom. See how, what I'm saying is this. Sometimes you got to compare. It's always things that's like a comparison. And me just being aware. See, me being aware that, oh, this mistake will get me in trouble. Even realizing that it's a mistake in itself is powerful. Because could you imagine these people not getting those little items and they're like, oh, did he keep them for himself? No, but that could be something that people would assume. And to cut all that out, I'm like, yo, it's better to be in trouble for being late for a delivery than to be, or a situation to have missing items. So I always say you have to always think when it's necessary, because if you don't and you assume like they would the wrong shit, and it's like, oh, it comes back to bite you in the butt, because it's like, yo, I didn't factor this in. I didn't, do anything. You got to have something quick. And see, a Pisces is very whimsical. Like they can go into a situation, they can just slip out, they can slip in, and they can do things. And it's like, sometimes you may be like, oh, Pisces, are you on your way? And sometimes a Pisces might say yes, but you might actually catch them going, detouring the wrong way. But you got to understand that's because a Pisces intuition told them something. Maybe they forgot something. Maybe, you know, you never know. But because it suddenly happened, it's almost like that's what Neptune does at times. It's like a sudden situation that's like a Pisces, it could be out of your control, where you're like, yo, I was just doing, working or doing something, and then bam, something just happened out of the clear blue sky, and I had to handle it right there and there. So, when you explain this to people, they're always going to say, I don't get you. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Yeah, I don't really know about that. Yeah. People always misunderstand you, Pisces, when you know why you do stuff. But you got to understand, why do they not understand you? They don't want to. They don't want to understand you because they don't want to understand themselves. Think about some people do not want to let you in on how they think about things. See, it becomes a secret to themselves. Only they should know, see, how they feel and think. When you try to run something, you try to get that understanding, and people are like, no, I'm lost. Well, what does that mean? All that shows is disinterest. It's like they're not interested in you. Because I'm gonna tell you, when people accept you for who you are, they accept everything. So when people don't know what you're saying, they wait, what is that? What is he talking about? They don't like you, bro. You really see, that's what I'm saying. You gotta to make things easier. You have to know this, because you might be you listen. You never have to explain yourself to nobody. Never. You didn't get what I said the first time. Guess what? It wasn't for you. There's no explaining. There's no explaining. Because when you explain, what are you doing now? You're convincing the person to, oh, hey, it's almost like you're asking for permission. It puts you at a lower level as you start to explain yourself to someone that doesn't like you. If they don't accept you, they're not gonna put it like this, they're not gonna understand you anyway. So why would you try? That's like throwing a rock at the window and not busting. Why would you throw another rock? Why would I explain myself and you didn't get it the first time? Do I got to say it louder? Do I got to say it stronger? Like Leo Rush? Do I got to say it like, you know? Do I got to say it in a crazy way? No. The people don't understand you because they don't want to. They've already made a choice subconsciously. See? And a lot of times you just, when you hear that, wait, what? It's like you start to, what I'm saying, and I'm saying, and I'm saying, it's like you start sounding fool, you start sounding goofy. And you start sounding weird because you're not supposed to explain yourself. Once you said it once, that's it. Because then you end up confusing yourself. When you start to try to explain things, now you start to doubt yourself. Now you start, questioning yourself like, oh, what am I talking about? And yeah, you know, and that's the thing. Okay, so let me get back to what the initial topic, because like I say, sometimes I get, carried away. But I just want everybody to understand that, because sometimes it's a very difficult situation to, like, think people are really listening when they really are not. Like selective listening, selective, a person will, pick and choose what they want to respond to. Now, let me see. Now, okay, so I'm gonna go into the thing because my I had lost track of what I was doing. But yeah, okay, so getting back. Okay, I'm almost okay, I see where I'm at. Okay, so when okay, let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. When it's like super hot, man, I don't like when it's hot like this. I'm not used to the 90-degree weather. But yeah, and it's hot being matter of fact, I'm gonna have to crack the window, man. It's like all my windows are all fogged. That's better. Okay, so as I mentioned, okay, so a Pisces also can get scared of their own feelings. All right, so your feelings are scary. They're just scary. Cause you could feel something and it's not even that. Like, you could feel something and you could overfeel, just like you can overthink. Sometimes you can, like, if somebody says something a certain way, you could become like fearful of what you feel because you think something's gonna happen based on how you felt it. Now, in regards to connections, this could feel the same way. When you meet people and you really connect with them, you could become afraid of them. See, instantly. This is why sometimes it's not good to always say, oh, we got so much in common. We got so much in common, because you want to leave just a little room. It's like tying your shoes without tying them too tight. See, because if you tie them too tight, yeah, your shoes are tied, but now your feet hurt because your shoes are tied too tight. So you want to keep them a little loose, because you don't want to be, you don't want your feelings too intense, because now once you become locked in with somebody and you feel that connection, the connection is the exchange of you guys' emotions. That's why it feels intense. So it's almost like when two people come together, now there's this bonding, it's this electricity that you feel, both negative and positive charge. And you feel it as when you're with them. And now it feels intense because you have to be full what? Receiving of the other person in order to not feel those intense feelings. But when you we'll put it like this, when you hear somebody saying like, oh, like I feel some type of way, or I really feel like, uneasy, or I feel good, that means that they're experiencing like an abundance of just different, like, emotions, just, and it's overwhelming. It's not good, because you could start to worry. See, that something bad is gonna jump off. And because of the bonding being so strong, the connection, you might feel like, damn, one little false little move and this can just be blown to smithereens. But you cannot think like that, because you could end up mocking the person's feelings too. Sometimes as a Pisces, you could pick up on somebody how they feeling about you and get overwhelmed. And then you might feel like, oh, cracking a joke and just like being funny because you're trying to ease it off. You're trying to keep it like down some, like, yo, I can't I can't let off, too much, because Now I got a joke now because this shit is too intense. Like this connection is strong. I feel it. I it's affecting my sleep. I can't, focus on other things. Like when I'm at work, I'm thinking about this person. So you gotta be careful because that connection is like I say, is very intense with the feelings get involved. Okay, so now let's say once the things become too real between you and another person because of the connection that you guys have and you both being, feeling each other and then feeling, the situation, being connected. Why is it? See, this is powerful. Soon as you feel that shit, right? Right after you open up, you want to leave just as fast. It's cold-blooded. Why just after y'all opened up, you want to just skirt and just leave? And you notice when you create the distance, you feel better. But when you was up close and you opened yourself up to that feeling of that other person, it didn't feel good. It felt overwhelming. That's what you gotta know. And this is why I'm saying this video, why Pisces fall in love fast and disappear is because, like I say, you could pick up on something that you did not pick up on earlier on. That could be another scenario. But sometimes you could feel like if somebody's energy is pulling more of yours than you're pulling of them. See, so sometimes a Pisces needs time set aside to process all of just what happened to separate. Remember I said to separate the whites from the darks. When it comes to doing laundry, you got to separate, okay, what are my feelings and emotions and what is not? Because you will pick up on so much that it feels like it's all your shit. And then your mind could be struggling and, oh, is this me or this them? And why is this? And then you're going, when a Pisces starts to, put it like this, when a Pisces starts Pisceing, you're trying to, you're struggling with trying to pick out what's mine and what is not. And you're constantly, taking it and leaving it, taking it and leaving it, taking it and leaving. So this internal conflict makes you escape. So you could, and I'm gonna tell you, you can love somebody, just crazy love. You can really be just in love, just love them unconditionally. But the problem is you have to make space. You have to give yourself, allow yourself like an allowance to be able to escape. Because you're a fish. You're not a fish literally, but I'm saying just like reincarnated like a fish, you have to have room to swim. If somebody is up on you, like just on you, bro, you're put it like this, you absorb, man, you absorb. So you gonna feel them intensely, you gonna feel them like no other, very intensely, to where you can make that person obsessed with you, bro. It's dangerous. Cause you can feel like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not ready. I need a break. Let me finish my coffee or let me go do something else. Like, I love you, but I don't want to be with you 24/7. But you gotta find a partner that it's not that they give you permission, but they accept it, where it's like, yeah, hey, take your time. Go out there and swim and do other things. Cause I know you're gonna come back. See? So you got to find somebody confident, somebody that's, like I say, a Leo, that will let you go out and swim, see, and come back. Because if you don't let that Pisces escape, bro, they're gonna hide. They're gonna hide from you. This happens when the Pisces just, and it's worse than Aquarius. A Pisces just disappears. What happened? It's like a ghost. He came into your life, she came into your life and just vanished. You don't know where they at. You don't know where they stay. You don't know nothing. because they had to create that reality for themselves that I am free. See, I need a break. I need to isolate. I cannot be tied to you. And I already got another fish tied to me already. See, I already got another fish tied to me wherever I go. Why the hell would I want you tied to me too? It's too much because it's like I'm juggling three different things. And you already know the whole thing is that why do you think a Pisces cannot escape themselves? Because the other fish. The other fish, the cord that binds the spiritual cord that connects the two fish keeps them from escaping each other. See, keeps the fish from escaping each other, which means, oh, if your intuition ever tells you to leave, you ain't going alone. That's how you know a Pisces always comes with two behaviors, bro. This I had to let somebody know that I had to let somebody know that I had to hit them, but they'll freak out if I just not answer. And I know that with the Pisces out there, I know a lot of y'all might deal with that type of stuff. And I'm gonna do all signs. Like far as on every series, I'm gonna talk about all signs. But I'm just letting y'all know, like when you a Pisces, if you really like somebody, excuse me, if you really like somebody, you must always create a space for yourself. Time for yourself to do the things you like to do. You like working out, you like to, box, you like to go fishing, you like stuff to do that you feel like that's a therapy for you or that's just something you're just into. Separate and just create the escape for yourself. See, it's almost like leave room for yourself, for you to enjoy life because what may happen is it's not always good to merge with everybody because if you merge, then you're stuck. It's almost like they're going to want to follow you. And some of the things that you like to do, sometimes you just want to, have that inner peace and just be able to just think about things and, daydream and just focus on something that you're working on. But then as soon as someone else is at it, it's like they bring their interests and all their shit and it ends up turning into what they want to do. And then it's almost like you're Pisces, you're, pampering them and you're like helping them constantly. And your energy is like taking its toll. So where you don't have energy for your own likings, things that you're interested in. So you have to be able to balance it. That's why I said that two fish can't leave each other because the only way that you can manage it is you have to accept both behaviors and you have to accept the balance. You have to make the balance for yourself in order for you not to always feel like you got to escape or always feeling like you got to, go spiritual or go within because you could do both. You can escape at the same time. You could be ominous and be physically present, but then you're just not letting anything move you or pull you because that connection of that energy, that's what you feel. You feel the control. And the Pisces is not going to let you control them, bro. Nobody but God. That's it. You can't control no Pisces. So when you want that Pisces attention right now, you got something to talk about right now. And guess what? That Pisces is working out. And now what happens? If you don't accept that Pisces is working out and they'll be done in 30 minutes, it ain't going to work. You're going to lose that fish just like that. Because the Pisces will say to themselves, when you went to get your hair done, it was cool. I didn't bother you. I let you go do your thing with your girls, go hang out, do your thing. But let me work out. Let me go do my shit. And I'm gonna come back. And then the person always gets insecure. They always want to know what are you doing? What were you doing? I was doing this. I was just doing this. Who were you talking to? I was just talking to No, you weren't. No, you wouldn't. You was with another girl. Just say it. You're full of shit. And it's like projection, 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 projection. It's cold blooded. Now this is the funny thing, the powerful thing about Pisces. This is why you cannot lie to a Pisces. Because when that Pisces goes and does something different, the truth comes out. Remember I said the illusion, even though the Pisces is being honest, you don't believe them. You wouldn't believe the Pisces if they told you so. So the shit that you've been hiding comes out naturally. Because listen, you cannot. The whole thing with Pisces is this: you cannot work illusions on Pisces. Pisces is the master of illusions. It's almost like a magician just, blowing fire out his mouth and putting, marshmallows in his mouth and actually like sucking the damn marshmallow juice and then bringing it back out and then showing you like, you see, I ate the marshmallow. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's bull. You're bull. You're on bullshit. No, you didn't do that. Nope. And they saw it, but they did not believe what they saw. See? So then they project, and when they project, the truth comes out, and they forget that they did it. They told the truth. And what does the Pisces do? The Pisces says, "I believe you, because I saw the truth. You can't take it back. Because once the truth comes out, it's almost like I said, the Lex Luthor situation. Once you come out the shell from hiding, guess what? It's not a secret anymore. I found out, and you forgot. See, because the whole thing is a person can hide around you, but when you do something different, that's why the only way to not get manipulated is through spontaneity. Because if I'm talking to you every day and all of a sudden I just disappear, well, wait a minute, where'd he go? Is he talking to another girl? Is he doing the same shit I'm doing? Well, I want to know because I don't want him to do something first. Whether it be an embarrassment, whether it be, hey, I've been doing this, I cheated on you, whether it be this, I want to do it first before you do it. So when people are worried they think you're doing something, it's because they're doing something. And this is why you have to create space. That's why the fish within Pisces, if you see how each fish does not leave each other because it creates the space, see, for you to know things. Because your feelings can get in the way, your intuition can get in the way. So you got to let the truth just come out on its own, bro. Stop trying to force people to tell the truth. Stop trying to do little, gaslight and do things for people to tell the truth. You don't have to do shit. The truth comes out just like the sun and the moon. As night is day. The truth just comes out. Because you know what? You cannot control the truth. You can't. Why do you think people will try to hide it? Because you can't control it. I'm going to tell you a true story. I was talking to a Libra. And on paper, she was beautiful. Nice looking. And she just talking to me on FaceTime. And you know what happened? Her false teeth fell out right on the FaceTime. She was just talking and just whoop. And I said, "Are you shitting me?" I said, "I know I just didn't see what I saw. See how I found out the truth of what she was hiding. And she didn't intend to give me the truth. The lesson is she couldn't control it. Because the mask always slips. It's supposed to come off at some point. It's cold-blooded. See that? So now, once I saw her, the very thing that she didn't like about herself, Pisces the fish going and leaving space for the truth. The very things she does not like about herself. Pisces, listen, this is what you absorb. So you have to create space for this. See? Because otherwise you will get overwhelmed. You will get overwhelmed because you would be like, what the like the whole time those teeth were fake. Literally those teeth she had looked so pretty. I thought it was her real teeth. And when they fell out, I was like, I will be damned. Are we wait a minute. Are those don't I'm like I'm hoping that they're dice. I'm like, yo, hey, those some dice. You trying to play a crap game or something? But I seen her teeth. I said, and then she went from looking beautiful to looking like Jason Friday the 13th. I was like, it was almost like I was having a little like them visualization, visualizations or however you say it. I was visualizing that that little noise like I'm like, bro, no, it's no way, bro. And this happened all by just what? Talking on the damn FaceTime. That's why I say the truth will always reveal itself. You don't have to go hunt down, gun to the head. Nope. The truth comes out. You don't have to question people. They always telling themselves. But you have to, when you see them telling themselves, believe them, bro. Don't be like, oh, did you just say this? No. It literally like, it's like a baby kicking through a pregnant woman's stomach. Once you see it, it might not never kick for you to see it. You might not never see that just like it did. So you got to polarize it, catch it, take a memory, snap. I just thought the baby kick. It's like you can't explain it once you've seen the truth. That's it. You can't control it. She can't control it, and neither can you. That's why you just got to accept the truth and not question it. And the truth never gets questioned, bro. You can't control it. That's why when people lie and they have to sit in jail and get questioned, because they know you're lying, bro. When you say you didn't do it, but there's evidence, somebody lying. You think it's the officers lying? No. You get questioned because the mask cannot stay on, bro. It's temporary. If you kill somebody, you can't fake, bro. You can't stomach it. You can't fake it and act like you didn't, because after hours, you break down. You dissolve. The mask unfolds, the mask slips, and now you're saying, I just wanted a gallon of milk, and she didn't give me milk, and she turned the internet off, so I blew her brains out. See how he wasn't saying that when he got arrested, though. He was being all ego and, oh, nah, man, I ain't do that, man. That ain't me. I don't know why she just fell out on the floor. I don't know. You wait, the truth comes out. Because you can't control the truth, and neither can they. And they always telling themselves, and it always is like, okay, guilty. That's it. And if you ever notice after you get the verdict, it ain't nothing else that needs to be said. But I'm gonna continue. Okay, so another thing is can y'all give me give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. They don't be getting it, bro. Like they be real, like when you tell them you're doing something, folks will just keep calling you and just keep, then when you're done with the live, they don't even call you. So anyway, so another thing is this, okay? So if a Pisces may need emotional safety. Like I say, and this will make the Pisces not want to, run off or leave or hide or escape if they feel emotionally safe. And this could be like something that's done with, it could be a Pisces man or a Pisces woman. This could be something related to red flags. So let's say that if there is a red flag, then a Pisces energy would definitely change. So that could either be something they're comfortable talking about or speaking on or not. Could you imagine? Because a lot of times Pisces witness things that no one else saw, or just they just wasn't aware. That can make a Pisces feel uncomfortable, even like mentioning it, speaking up on it, because a Pisces feels intensely what just happened. Now, what may happen, like I say, that will make a Pisces, laugh it off or try to, ease it up. Like I say, this is when they will mock the person's feelings, or, reciprocate the person's feelings, of which, you know, let's say they're discussing with you what happened. Sometimes you might joke it off just because it's that intense. So you're trying to do two behaviors. You're like, okay, I'm being jokey, jokey, or hey, silly, goofy, but at the same time, I'm like extremely nervous. But it's just because that's the only way I feel emotionally safe doing it like that. Now, a Pisces can overthink everything. Now, when this happens, if there's like a short reply, this could become a conspiracy for a Pisces. Sometimes a Pisces can look at a situation that's, given no effort or hardly any as a red flag. They might say, okay, this person gave me a one word reply. They must be up to something. And a lot of times it is, because if you just reply back with okay, and it's like, damn, you ain't got no feeling, or you don't really, that's it. There's more because they're hiding it. See? So that's why sometimes a Pisces would be like, yo, think when necessary, like, okay, it's, in other words. Now, a Pisces may also, test one's loyalty quietly, because a Pisces will observe and watch your actions, not just your words. And your words really don't have any weight. So it's always about what you do, not what you say. And this can be a situation where a person, they can stop reaching out first. So it's like, a Pisces can be, they might test you. Sometimes a Pisces can do this where they just stop reaching out just to see what you'll do. And usually if you don't come back, trying to figure out why, or you don't ask questions, you make no effort, they know, okay, a pat on the back. Well, hey, you're not loyal. Because loyalty is when you come back. See, after not hearing anything. It's like, that's how you know if somebody really wants something. And it also applies to, jobs. When you really want that job and you don't get a call back, or, you don't quit, you're like, okay, they didn't call me back, I'm gonna call Friday. Okay, Friday, they don't call me, I'm gonna call Monday. You don't give up. You're like, I'm loyal, I really want this job. Even though you're not getting any replies. And when somebody's loyal, it's all because they want to. This is never because of conditions. It's like, oh, I'm just loyal because I want to be loyal. I don't have to do this, but I want to do this. I want to give you a ride. I want to help you. I want to talk to you. And it's not like, oh, this person is calling me to come over or help them or asking me simply. So that's the difference between, loyalty, real, true loyalty. Now, Pisces oftentimes they want a soul connection. So, like I say, that small talk of which I mentioned, it bores them. They crave deeper conversations because they got to feel you. See, it's not like a physical. It's not just physically feel you, but they got to feel you mentally, spiritually, just to see like, okay, can you can you keep up? Can you swim? Now, as a Pisces absorbs energy, like I mentioned before, the negative people will drain them. So this is why Pisces may find a need to hide if they cannot escape, because they're two different things. Now, even in itself, every interaction with someone to a Pisces is very, very heavy. See, that interaction is heavy because Pisces picks up on energy. So a Pisces can pick up on your energy, your frequency, your aura, and they tend to add it onto themselves to they, find out what they're gonna do with it. So it's like they can hold your energy and wear it as a coat until they realize, okay, it's too hot, or hey, I don't need it. I could discard it now. So sometimes your energy can stay with that Pisces for weeks. And until that Pisces just realizes that, hey, I don't need this anymore, or I'm cool now. Because you got to understand, as a Pisces becomes balanced within themselves, when they start to realize, okay, I don't need, I got all the information and, the feeling emotions as I manage them. I have everything I need. I don't need this extra stuff. So then a Pisces will simply just, meditate, do yoga, go work out, play basketball, play the video games, to just let those thoughts that are not theirs go. Now, another thing is a Pisces loves hard. So as a Pisces gives 100%, they hope to get that back. But sometimes they may not give it back, but that's because you did not allow space to be given to get that back. So you got to give people time, Pisces. Like, they're not going to be as intuitive or just quick as you are, because you're the fish. You like to get, if you when you when you want something, you know what you want, Pisces, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being certain and just like, okay, I want this. I'm gonna go for it. But other people, they're not like you, and this is a lesson for Pisces: is that not everybody is as empathetic as you. Not everybody is as compassionate as you. Not everybody is observant as you or loving as you, because when you realize that, you're like, oh damn, I'm actually different. And then when you start thinking everybody is like this, that's when you find out, oh, I was, totally wrong. See, because you could be delusional, not that you, you know, it's not like, it's not that you're, it's not that something's wrong with you, but you could be delusional to thinking everybody's like you, because you look at yourself as just being, human. And then you're like, oh, damn, I'm the only one that does this. And then it's like, dude, you got to be aware that of these type of behaviors, that not everybody's friendly, compassionate, empathetic as you are. So you might do more for a person because of that's who you are, that's who you really are. And then you see someone else say they care, and then they like won't even do half the shit that you would do. And then you start feeling like, you know you start feeling cheated. Or you like, yo, I gave you a ride and bought you some McDonald's, and you can't even tie my shoe or just do something simple. And when a Pisces feel like you can't meet them halfway or something that they've done, then that can make the Pisces just cut you off completely. Like, it don't even matter like if you family or not. A Pisces can get to a point where it is not 100%, they don't want it. Because for something to reach its full potential, it must be 100 from the start. See, a Pisces can accept you for who you are, but you got to be who you are. If you trying to fake and act like you something else or somebody else, you're not 100. So the Pisces don't want you, because the Pisces sees the potential. You're not even 100% to start with. So it's like, I can accept you with your flaws as long as you own it. If you just admit your faults and say, yo, I like, talking, if you just talk to the female, yeah, okay, cool, boom. I'm this way, but hey, you know, I do a little dope on the side, and I like to do this and swim butt ass naked. It's like, okay, cool, that's you. I ain't judging you. Everybody different strokes for different folks. And then it's like, that's it. But some people, when they tell a Pisces something and it bounces off they mental, because the Pisces absorbs it. Where you think it goes? A Pisces ain't thinking about that shit no more. You told him. Pisces stores it absorbs it, and it's like, okay, I ain't. Hey, you could have murked 25 people and I'm not moved. It's like, okay, that's just like chewing bubblegum. Well, that's you. At least you own it. At least you not trying to run from your own, things that you do that's like probably bad or not humane. But hey, that's you. But that's the thing. You can Pisces needs you to be 100, man, in order for you to, be at your full potential later, because the version of you now will change either way. Now, when you give 100%, you will get 100% from your Pisces. And see, why is this? Because the Pisces will prioritize you, because you prioritize them. The energy has to match. It can't be 50, 100 and then just 50, or, it has to be a match, because Pisces is going to match your energy anyway. So it's almost like if you Pisces giving 100 or will give 100, and you only willing to give 50 or 30, it ain't going to work. And a Pisces, once they match your energy and they match the amount of effort in like that 30%, they're going to show you it in their actions, like cut you off, like, oh, you only giving 30. So I can't even like, I'm not going to be fake to myself. So I got to cut you off. See? Now, a Pisces will also feel the need to pull away to recharge. Like I said, you must create space for this to work well, because one thing about Pisces, they're not a Gemini. They can carry traits of Gemini, or behaviors, but the thing about it is they experience social burnout. So if you are like neck and neck, like I say, merging with your Pisces, connection weekly, you got to understand that if you don't allow them to have space, guess what? They're going to hide from you. And they're not going to hide. They don't always hide forever. It depends how smothering the situation is. If you're just super smothering, they can hide, and they'll hide for a weekend. They might not have expected to, but because remember I said the sudden events, the sudden situation that just happened, the Pisces may be like, you know what? I ain't going to Fred's house like today. Or I ain't going to Cindy's house. I'm not going to Suzanne. I'm not going to Sarah's house today. Mm-mm. Like, I need to recharge, get my head together, and socially just burnt out. It's not nothing personal. It's just the Pisces just has nothing, no energy, just completely exhausted, socially exhausted. And see, a Pisces would rather just, hey, spend the weekend in their man cave, or might just go out, if it's a female, she'll just go get a pedicure, manicure, and massage, and then, hey, Monday they'll be back to their normal self, as long as they get that little, escape. But the thing is I'm gonna do a video about this, because people want to. The sad thing about people in this world is they want to go on those escapes with Pisces. They're like, where you going? I want to go. I want to experience. Where did you go? And the Pisces is like, these are my extravagant, it's my vacations. These are my things. Like, and it's secret escapes, because it's like people want to go with you, Pisces. People want to go where you dipped off to. They're like, yo, where did you go? I want to experience those escapes, Pisces. Like, let me go with you. And the Pisces is like, you can't go there in this body, bro. See, you don't, and then they're like, what does that mean? You cannot go visit my escapes in this body. Because when I go there, I'm not even in my goddamn body. I'm not in my body. I'm in my subconscious mind, bro. I'm not even here. I'm in a whole spiritual union. I'm in a whole different place. See, it's like, damn, where did you go? You done teleported and went, hey, you fell through some wormhole and just ended up in an environment of peace. And all of a sudden, you come back, and guess what? Where the hell did you go? Oh man, I just had to take a little breath. No, I'm not buying that. You was with some damn bitch. No, I wasn't. I was just in my mind and soaring, and then what do people say? I'm tired of you. I'm tired of y'all Pisces. I'm tired of the whole alienated cloud nine bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you disappearing like some Tasmanian devil. I'm tired of you, and they get upset because let me come with you. I want to go. And then the rejection of Pisces is harsh, because then you start to feel the scales of a fish, man. You start to feel what it feels like to hold a fish in your hand, and then it to just whiplash, just slip through your fingers and cut you at the same damn time, to where you couldn't. Put it like this: if you really wanted to go with Pisces to these escapes, you wouldn't even be the same. You would never come back the same way, because you're not ready for those escapes that Pisces goes on. Like when I tell y'all a true story, when I was homeless, you think somebody that wanted to know where I was doing, where I was at, you want to come with me and spend a night in the parks? Okay. You wouldn't be able to last not one freaking 5 minutes where the escapes are. It's little stuff that people be thinking like, why are you so strong? Why are you, let me come with you. Let me experience that. And it's like, you can't, bro. You cannot go, bro. Because if you went, you would have to face the naked, like, truth about yourself, your soul, that stuff you're not willing to come in terms with of who you are. You're not ready for that. See, people don't understand the sacrifice stuff you have to sacrifice to get that to that level. See, and then it's like people they think, oh, you're doing something sneaky, and they're revealing. What are they revealing to you? The truth of what they think about you. It's cold blooded. It's powerful because you can literally. You got to understand. Neptune rules what? Hidden enemies. So you could literally attract hidden enemies. How did they get up on you? Without being what? Seen. It's because the truth. You don't need to know because you listen, it's funny because you know they're coming. But you're so many steps ahead of them that it's like by the time they realized that you knew, they're already dissolved. They're already defeated. They have no power. So that's why Pisces is like, I know I'm surrounded by enemies, but I don't have anything to worry about because they will get dissolved. I just haven't met them yet. And remember I said, whatever touches a Pisces gets dissolved, whether it wants to go or not. And if you pour water on most things, it gets damaged. If I pour water inside of my car window, water's not supposed to go in there. It's gonna leave moisture and it's gonna ruin the damn door. If I pour water on my phone, if it's not waterproof, it's gonna ruin my phone. If I pour water on my console of my car, it's gonna get ruined. So water, when you think you ready to feel some shit and you come around a Pisces, they will hurt you without even trying, bro. Just by y'all talking about some real shit, you can get they feelings hurt because they're not willing to face themselves, bro. In that mirror, see, Pisces don't just have one mirror. That's another thing I'm gonna do a video about. Pisces has several different mirrors because listen, you can look at a Pisces and think you see so much of yourself in this Pisces when that is the illusion. A Pisces is not you. They're just showing you everything that you don't like about yourself. Maybe that Pisces is taller. You wish you were that tall. Now you looking at that Pisces like, man, oh, if I just had your height, bro. And they smiling in your face, what up, bro? And they don't even like you because of your height, bro. They want your height. The whole time they mad about that one freaking illusion. Is I wish I was tall like that. But the truth is you're not. So get over it. No, I'm still gonna be mad. I'm still mad. I'm still mad. Bro, that's why I said hidden enemies, bro. So these people would not tell you that their disposition. Oh, I don't like you. No, they will stick to you, follow you, and then hoping they can just catch you off guard someday. But this is what they don't realize. They get got before they think about getting you, Pisces. And they go in this list. I know people that be cooking up something for a Pisces and it happened to them, bro. Oh, these people's gonna rob the Pisces and then somebody robbed them. The truth comes out, bro. Like you gotta understand, like when you have like bad motives, it's almost like hijacking stealing a vehicle. You don't have the keys to the vehicle you stole. You trying to steal it, so you putting a damn screwdriver in there and you trying to, you know, use a USB like a Kia boy. You're trying to take that car, but it's not yours. You know how much shit can go wrong just by you taking something that's not yours? A lot. Well, you got to factor the risk in before you even decide to do that. I can get caught. I can go to jail. This can happen. Somebody can see me. The car can malfunction. So many different things can go wrong. You got to ask yourself, is it worth it? And some people do not think. They just do shit. They just impulsively just, I'm taking this. I'm doing this without thinking. Not thinking. See, you don't get paid to think. I know people feel like that at times because you don't. You don't get paid to think, but it pays to think. It's a metaphor. You don't get paid to think, but it pays to think. Because the reason why people say you don't get paid to think, see, it pays to think, is because people don't think, bro. People do not think because they don't know how. See, these are the things with, like I said, like intuition. If you don't know how to use it, could you imagine? Could you imagine having a sword in a fight and you just don't even know when to swing, how hard, how much force to use? You're holding a knife and your thinking is so freaking immature and just so robotic, dronish, that you hold the sword like a damn butter knife in the middle of a fight. And you're literally like, okay, what do I do with this? It's like, are you a freaking idiot? You gonna swing the knife? I mean, what else is it for? Because they're not thinking, bro. They're not thinking it. And you gotta think when it's necessary, not overthink. You just gotta think when it's necessary. So if you cook a pizza, you have to read the directions or you'll burn the damn thing up. Consequences from not following directions, bro. It's thinking. You got to think to follow the directions. So when I said you don't get paid to think and it pays to think, that's what I'm saying. Follow directions and they will get the answer. You don't get paid to think, meaning you don't get money. See how people are dumb? I don't want to say dumb. It's just that they think, oh, something means something because they want it. They want money. It's like when you say you don't get paid to think, they'll be like, well, it'd be nice though. Bro, that's not what it means. But it pays to think. Meaning, if you use it, it's worth so much. And it costs you so much if you don't use it. It's cold-blooded, bro. We live in a world that's you have to metaphorically survive this world, bro. All these different, idioms, different types of way people say things. You think you hearing one thing when it means something totally different. Because you only look at the easy shit. You only want to know what's easy to read, easy to see, easily to observe. No, bro. Put it like this. The lack of awareness, bro, is like a man that lives in Florida. He walks out on his front porch and he doesn't see the alligator just chilling in his front freaking lawn, just waiting. So he just decides to keep looking, keep his level-headed, he's not looking down at the grass. He's not thinking about the grass. He's tired. He just woke up. He just goes out and grabs a newspaper. And now he's just, footing it around his lawn, looking around. But not for one freaking moment did he decide to think, to look down. So many people trip over things that they just don't think to see. You didn't think it was a problem to hang here or do this, and you didn't think to look down one time. You didn't think to check the damn oil. You didn't think to check the oil, so now you blew your motor. Or you put the wrong oil in your car without reading the just, bro. I know so many people that blew their motor, tore their whole damn car up, putting the wrong damn oil in their car. Just, oh, I was low on oil, so I went and got some olive oil from the grocery store. I think that was a smart idea. Can't put freaking cooking oil in your damn car. Are you drones? There's people in this world that are meant to destroy things, bro. Ruin things. And I call them drones. There's drones everywhere. People that they're never going to think about shit. They're never going to use common sense. They're just going to get in here in this world, this earth, steal things, break things because of not thinking. And it costs us taxpayers dollars. We're paying for their lack of what? Thinking. This is so many ways if you look at the world, and I'm going to tell you, this is something that really, really touched me. This old lady, I was taking her to the airport, right? And I asked her, I said, yo, how do you like living in Milwaukee? She said, I hate it. I said, really? She said, and I'm going to tell y'all, this old lady, bro, she told me some advice like that 10 years later, everything she said of why she hates this state happened. And then she like literally foretold me this. She said, I'm getting up out of here because she said sooner or later, all these highways, they're gonna get torn down. And before you know it, it's gonna be all these different highways, like different, like they're building all these different unnecessary, like, high e-ways or whatnot. And they're all just, they didn't have to do this because it was just one straight shot. But they build all this unnecessary stuff, and then it caused more what? People to flock there. She said that, bro. It happened, bro. Came to pass, bro. Highways, man. To this day, there's still construction in that area. Like even downtown, all the way, they're tearing the highways up and rebuilding them and restructuring them, and then it's bringing a floodload of people out this way. It's like a bunch of people in one spot is not good, bro. And it's like it's very cluttering, too many people, cars coming from all different directions. So it's like I see what she was saying, but that right there, of which, see, the thing is, and she left before the very thing that she didn't like affected her. See, she left before it even took fruition. That's why I be telling people that when you really know something, you just do it. You don't need to control the truth. Once you know what's finna happen, you just, okay, I'm time to go. I'm not staying here. It's just that's just what you gotta do. Um, now one thing about a Pisces, they feel unappreciated fast. So if the effort isn't reciprocated, that's what I mentioned, they're gonna leave. They can't do it, bro. They just can't. Because if a Pisces, I'm gonna tell you, they already feel like they're the only ones checking in all the time. Now, they could fear rejection because, as I mentioned with the old lady, she left before she left. They leave a situation before being left. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go and leave before I'm left. So that's why a Pisces will leave very quickly, because a Pisces can tell, like, if you're gonna, reject them or stop talking to them after they've invested all this energy and time and money and whatever it was to not get hurt. A Pisces is like, okay, I better leave first before they leave me. See? So if a Pisces, I'm gonna tell you the secret, how to know this. Whenever somebody distances themselves from you, this means that they're thinking about leaving you. It's cold-blooded. Never forget this, man. I'm telling you, this is the truth. If somebody is already distancing themselves from you, you haven't heard from them, they're not coming around like they used to, it's because they are planning to leave you. Some people, I heard this come out of a Gemini's mouth, just for Gemini. This is not just for Gemini, but just the Gemini telling me this. She told me that when she's no, to take it back, it wasn't the Gemini, it was the Sagittarius told me this. The Sagittarius told me that when she's done talking to somebody, she said that she pulls the more of what she was given regarding her energy, starts taking it back slowly but surely. So she's not doing things as much as she were doing or was doing. And the crazy thing is that she said she gives less and less and less and less and less of her, and then she's gone. I said, wow. I'm glad I heard that from a Sag woman, because that's like, that's intense and that's scary, because she ain't just done. See, Pisces is just, see, that's why Pisces is almost like a blessing. It's both. It's like a Pisces could be a blessing and that curse, because a Pisces will not give you closure because they're done. What more? You can't control the truth. What more do you have to see? I'm done. I'm helping you out. It's like they're doing you a favor. I'm done. You don't have to argue with me. You don't have to come after me. I go on my separate ways. I went my separate way, you go yours. But people don't see it like that, or think it like that. Now, if, okay, so a Pisces will also notice hidden motives, and they watch patterns, okay? And those patterns are what? Related to illusions. And see, let's say if somebody only calls when they need something, then a Pisces is going to catch on to this. Now, a Pisces will also, like I say, they romanticize people, so they, ignore the flaws initially because they see the potential. And like I say, reality usually, like I say, eventually catches up. So if there is any flaws, it shows itself. And a Pisces, they also need peace. So this could be, anytime there's some type of drama involved, always remember that drama kills attraction. So anytime you're trying to be with somebody, it's not good to bring up, bad situations that were dramatic related situations, like, oh, your ex, what happened, anytime you're trying to get to know somebody that you like, don't include drama, because it ruins the whole situation between the two of you. Um, and another thing is, try to stay away from daily arguments, because it becomes exhausting, and this too can ruin it. It can ruin attraction. Now, a Pisces also internalize everything. As I mentioned, they don't always speak up about things that they don't like, or something that may have bothered them. So the resentment can quietly build up, and then, like I say, the Pisces can snap. At any moment, a Pisces can snap. They can read rooms. So here, when the energy shifts, it definitely stands out like a sore thumb. Everybody smiles, but then the tension, it feels obvious. So even if you're smiling, that facade cannot live or survive a Pisces, bro. So a Pisces will always know how you really feel, and it's very obvious to a Pisces, versus somebody else. Now, a Pisces also needs emotional consistency. So if you the type of person that comes with hot or cold, behavior that's going to confuse them, um, let's say one day you're affectionate, then the next day you're distant, that definitely can confuse a Pisces, and it can get you cut off. Because sometimes a Pisces they get to a point, once they realize you're playing with them or playing, as the number one saying that a Pisces hates is playing in our face. When you do something and it's like you're not really like that, or because it's not consistent, consistently done, a Pisces kid just like say, you know what, forget it. It ain't, I don't even want this no more. Because they feel that 50%. They feel that you're not giving your all as they are. Now, a Pisces, you like say they hate feeling, feeling controlled. So freedom matters. And if you constantly check up on your Pisces, it could become annoying. So you don't want to like keep bombarding them with text message, or just keep calling their phone if they're in the middle of something, because a Pisces will find it rude to do so by telling the person to hold on and keep going as far as the other party. Now, all Pisces really wants at the end of the day, and this what keeps them from it, escaping or leaving the situation quickly, is they won't understand it. So being understood, like I say, if the Pisces is understood, then everything goes well. But if the Pisces is misunderstood, then they get hurt. Okay. And like I say, you could tell, remember I said when somebody, I say this, 90% of the time when someone misunderstands a Pisces, it's because the person is definitely, questioning their intentions. It's like they just don't want to accept it for what it is. They don't want to accept the truth. So it's like, okay, boom, they're questioning things at this point. This is why they're not understanding you, Pisces. Now, a Pisces oftentimes will trust their gut because that's where their intuition lives. And also, intuition in itself, it overrides logic. So if something feels off, 9 times out of 10 to a Pisces, is off. See? Now, one thing about a Pisces as they seek, especially when it comes to Pisces men and women, is they love the underdog. So even if a Pisces looks at the underdog, they can see a lot of potential there. And this is why sometimes if you are a man and you're trying to talk to a Pisces woman, or let's say you are a woman and you're trying to talk to a Pisces man, sometimes you could get upset because you might be like, let's say you're a guy and you see a Pisces woman, she's talking to some younger guy, and it's like you could feel like he doesn't have like the same qualities as you or things to offer. And it's like, yo, you might question her, like, why is she talking to him? Like, dude's like, 5 foot such and such, and whatever. You're comparing yourself to him, like, yo, I can't believe she would talk to such a person. It's because Pisces, they love the underdog. So always remember this, like they always like to help. So they always tend to find somebody that needs it. They love to see, it's crazy because they love to help. So it's almost like who you think they're gonna get with, the person that needs the most help. So it's like they can what and why is this? Because they want to save the person, see, from themselves. So remember I said the Pisces wants to make you free, see, and not be a prisoner of yourself. Because some people can literally trap themselves and they can confuse it, it with others and think other people are controlling them and putting them down and, keeping them from experiencing things that they want to experience. Now, Pisces, at the end of the day, they need depth. So here, the surface level relationships, they always fade. And like I say, if a Pisces feel like every conversation is repetitive, they're not gonna do it. Now, a Pisces also remembers everything, so small details they stick. And like I say, if you forgot something you said, a Pisces will oftentimes recall it, and they'll know, oh, you said this. You can have a friend that does this, that could be like, oh, reminding you of the truth and like how things went, to where you might be like, oh, I went over here and did this, and the Pisces will correct you and say, well, no, you went to Brenda. Brenda gave you the bananas, and then you didn't cook the eggs because your uncle was waiting on you. And then it's like, damn, how you remember all that? Pisces really be listening and really in tune, because they don't miss. It's a lot of shit that Pisces does not miss, bro. They could be talking to you and they realize the baby needs their diaper change, and they can be watching the game, the NBA finals. They could be cooking a pizza and then doing some other shit with, like, on the couch, just folding some clothes, all at the same all at the same time. And you like, damn, you doing multitasking really well over there. That's because a Pisces can do a lot, bro. See, it's like you could have it could be a father with his child, right? Or his kids, and it's like he's doing like all the fatherly duties, and then he's cleaning the house and he's just doing carrying the baby, doing all this stuff, and it's like, damn, you can't put nothing past the Pisces, bro. They can really get the kids dressed for school and go to work and do a lot, bro. Like, and then it's crazy because it's like you might look at the Pisces and be like, how do you do it? How are you doing that? Like, you're like, damn, it's just they just very fluid like that. See, when you fluid, you just do stuff and you can't even explain it. It's like, I don't know, man. I just do it. Just this is what I do. I can't explain it though. Now, one thing about a Pisces is they crave genuine energy. See, because it takes less energy to do, to actually, absorb it. Now, one thing about it is when it comes to fake vibes, they repel. See, a Pisces repels fake vibes. Fake can't even survive or even live near a Pisces. It's almost like Pisces becomes the exterminator, and those little those little fake vibe, you gotta look at them as insects. They leave. They don't even want to stay near no damn Pisces. So here it could be like, let's say a Gemini, let's say a person, or it don't even have to be a Gemini. It could be a person that changes their personalities around different people. A Pisces is going to their existence and presence just sitting there with you, they will literally dissolve all boundaries, which that fakeness can't survive. The mask is gonna slip and everything, the truth is gonna reveal itself just like that. See, and the thing about it is that a Pisces can fear losing themselves because once they start to heal and save folks and make people know themselves better, they could become too invested. So be careful with this because you can overinvest and then your entire focus becomes one person. So you got to be careful. Don't let yourself go by trying to invest in others. Always make time for yourself. Make distance, have time for yourself so that you don't that, so that way you don't lose focus of yourself. Now, another thing is Pisces, like I say, um, they get emotionally exhausted. So here, if they give too much, like I say, everyone comes to them with problems, and it's like you got to look at Pisces as in such a way. It's like the pizza maker at Domino's. If he's working and it's just him, he's taking orders and making pizzas. That's how Pisces feels when they're giving and support and trying to help save and listening. Giving the empathy. It feels like everybody's coming to a Pisces with their orders, with their problems. See, and they can get overwhelmed because they're giving too much and they're not receiving any break, no type of way to recharge. Now, if I say this, when it comes to value and loyalty, betrayal hits hard. Appreciate that. Locked up too. Appreciate the gold coin. It's like betrayal hits hard. So here, if a friend talks behind a Pisces back, this could really make a Pisces annoyed to the point where a Pisces can't continue to be cool with you anymore. It is what it is, bro. It's like it hurts, but you gotta understand, a Pisces, once you betray them, they will be somewhat hurt, but they won't stay hurt. It's like they'll be very disappointed if they confide in you as a friend, or they really really fuck with you like that at some point. But you know what I'm saying, once you betray them, they can't like shake it. It's like, you did me like this and I never done you like this ever. Like, and now as a because like I said, they're not gonna give you closure, they're just gonna cut you off. They just can't give you that same Pisces, like, therapeutic type of, supportive friendship that they once gave you, to the point where they might, they're not gonna come over. They're not, put it like this. They first they take their emotions out of the situation first. And then they actually, it's almost like an empty shell. They have nothing to give you, nothing. They're not going to come looking for you. They're not going to be the same. You're going to feel it. You're going to be like, damn, they ain't even call me no more. Like, and that hurts people, because after, the worst thing you could do to somebody is turn them over to themselves. It's like, imagine somebody that you ran with, you walked to school with every day, and then you betrayed them. And then now that person ain't even taking that route no more. They just vanished. Like, and you used to having that person listening to your stories, hearing you out, walking those long distances with you, even if they don't want to. Then you just don't have it no more. It's almost like getting a new pair of Jordans, and then you losing them. Like, and they was the best ones. It's like, damn, just like, they don't know how to come back, flip back, bounce back from that, to where emotionally they be destroyed, bro. It's like, damn, bro, now I got to walk to school every day by myself and deal with my own problems and have nothing to bounce nothing off to. And the thing about it is, it's final, bro. The lesson is for you to not mess over people. Like, don't betray friends. That's stupid. That's because you're not thinking. See, you got to know you got a good friend, you have to know that, bro. You got to save. See, you have to save real friends, bro. Save them. Like, it's kind of like, if somebody's your friend, you have to keep them. You got to save them, because if you don't save them, you lose them. Meaning, if you save them, that means you got to give some effort to keep them. Otherwise, you lose them. It's almost like a guy scratching his head walking down the street. He's like, damn, I had like 5 friends and I lost them. Where'd they go? Well, we all got to hanging out and talking, and then I started talking to his girl, and then they stopped talking to me. Well, no shit. You was talking to his girl. What was you talking to his girl for? Oh, well, I just wanted to meet. No, you broke. See, it's like people don't understand that things come with boundaries, okay? And it's like, you should know already what to do and what not to do. Because you're not thinking, you're just making yourself like oblivious to it. It's like, if, put it like this, let's say there's a store, right? And it's closed for the night. Are you gonna go to that door even though you know it's locked and try to get up in there? No. But somebody that doesn't think first, they'll go to the damn door and realize they're closed, and then it's like, oh, I just need some mints. I just need some breath mints. And they're like trying to find a way to pry themselves into the door. It's like, dude, they're closed. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Well, I just want my breath mints and I'm not willing to wait. No, you're going to wait like everybody else. You're not special. It's some people that just do stuff, and they're just doing stupid stuff because they're not thinking. Like, you talk to somebody, girl, and it's like, that's supposed to be your friend. Why did you do that? You didn't think did you think he wasn't going to find out about it? Like, and it's like, oh, what is it once you expose the truth, your true motives, when you do things that are not like normal, people see the truth in your actions. They see what you did, and based off what you did shows how much you care. So, getting back to saving the friends and losing those, it ain't shit to save when somebody's taken from you and trying to ruin your life. They're not trying to save you, so you let them go. See, that's how life works. Is like, you you have to show yourself as a friend. You have to be friendly, and you have to be respectful of other people's things. And you can't just go sneaking up and just doing stuff. You won't have friends when you do dirty shit like that. It's like, comes back to you, and then now no one trusts you and nobody wants to deal with you. because of it. Now, um, another thing with Pisces, like I say, they need space to process things, as I mentioned. So emotions require reflection. So the only way you can reflect is by isolation. Now, a Pisces can go silent after conflict because they need to recharge. It takes a lot of energy when something is conflicting within you because of its energy. Now, a Pisces will love through their actions. So it's not just their words telling you so. So they show it rather than, explaining to you. So if you catch a Pisces being loving, this means that they will help you without being asked. Now, they notice inconsistencies. So words don't match actions, then definitely you can't. That means if words don't match actions, then promises they never become reality. See, you can't you can't promise anything when you don't keep your word. See? Anyway, so even if you have one thing and it leads to another, it's almost it even if it's inside out, it's still the same results. Now, a Pisces may oftentimes feel responsible for others. So if you don't apologize, a Pisces will apologize for you. See? So sometimes you might say, well, Pisces, why are you apologizing? You didn't do it. Well, I'm apologizing for the person next to me that I absorbed that is afraid of you. And I'm apologizing for them. See? So I'm trying to, solve the situation because they're not standing up for themselves. The underdog. And see, a Pisces, like I said, they can carry emotional burdens. They can, fix everybody's problems. And you just got to be careful with this. As I mentioned, if you overinvest, you could lose yourself. You lose focus of yourself when you're too busy focusing on others. Now, a Pisces also craves authenticity. So this is the thing. If this is the powerful thing about authenticity, okay, is that the mask can't survive around it or in it. The mask, no facade and deception can survive when it's everybody's being authentic, everybody's being who they are, everybody's being accepting of their flaws as well as their strengths. Guess what? No deception lives there. So when there's authenticity, the mask is completely shattered. Can't even wear it. What is almost like why would you even try? It can't because masks, they are what? Exhausting to wear. It's cold-blooded. Masks are exhausting to wear. So, how do we know this to be true? When somebody tries to act perfect. I've seen people try to act narcissistic, perfect, and the moment they broke, they started crying. Started crying. Oh, I thought you was tough. Now you're showing weakness because you never had it all together as you tried to, make it seem. That's why I tell people the mask is exhausting to wear. The facade is not something that a person can hold up for a long time. They got to take a break. So the very thing they're hiding, it comes out. It's cold-blooded. See? Now, a Pisces will do everything to protect their heart because when they distance themselves, that becomes their armor. Well, I thought Pisces didn't have armor. It ain't the type of armor that you're used to. It's more advanced. See, the armor of Pisces is distance. Can you go the distance? Can you go to your full potential without getting tired? Can you wait? Can you be patient as much as a Pisces? See, it's a lot of, it's all in what you cannot see, fam. See, so the distance becomes armor. So a Pisces will disappear before the attachment deepens. You can't attach to a Pisces because they disappear, bro. And you never know when they're going to do this. So could you imagine you fall in love with a Pisces and they literally disappear that fast. But y'all was just talking for 3 hours on the phone. They just took you out to Casablanca's and y'all had damn near French bread subs and ate and laughed it and had so much goddamn fun that now you can't get a hold of them. You like, damn, that was a good night. What happened? The Pisces disappeared before the attachment deepened. That's what I'm saying. People want to put Pisces in their holster. They want to save Pisces, but you can't, bro. You cannot try to use Pisces and put them in a fishbowl and keep them as a pet. You just can't, bro. So, yeah, it might have felt like that. You might have thought you could, but no. See, you don't think a Pisces is protecting themselves when they distance themselves? You didn't even know they were distancing themselves. You thought they were hiding. Man, listen, bro. It's cold-blooded, bro. It's cold-blooded. The whole time you like, bro, is he hiding from me? Where is he? I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I had a friend, his name was we called him Fat Al, okay? And his name was Alex, but we called him Fat Al. And Fat Al, when I was younger, I had two friends. One was Fat Al, PJ, and PJ and Ryan, they were both Sagittarius. I don't know what Fat Al's sign was. I think he was a Taurus, and then Kevin. Kevin was like the youngest. And he kind of gave me Aquarius vibes. But anyway, playing hide and seek, okay? And we were doing Tika, Saucer out to see who's gonna be the one to come find us. And PJ and Ryan, they would have some real good hiding spots. And I'm talking about me, I didn't really have no good hiding spots because in plain sight, if you just stood still long enough, nobody would see you. Now, next thing you know, it was dark. We play hide and seek at night. Boom. Okay, you're it. Fat Al, he has to find us. And he was so like he would get tired fast because he was upsized, but we were like he'll still play, but he would just be like kind of getting tired, and then he'll crash out because he'd get frustrated when he couldn't find people, and then he'll be like, Fat Al, he'll be like, what, fuck this shit. I'm going home. I'm going in the house. I'm done. Like he'll do stuff like that because he get frustrated. And then one time when he actually went looking for everybody, I was literally like hiding, but I wasn't hiding. I wasn't hiding like everybody else, but I was in plain sight, like literally right there. And he comes, I hear his feet, and I'm like, oh shit. And I just became like just super quiet. And don't you know, he literally walked like I'm looking, I could see him clear as day in the dark. And he literally just walked past me like this and then came back out. And I said, no way. No freaking way. And this is what taught me a lesson. Some people don't see you because they don't feel you. It's cold-blooded, bro. It's cold-blooded. They don't see you because they don't feel you. Let that marinate. They don't see you because they don't feel you. It's not because they can't. See, it's not always like a choice. It's not a decision. They don't see you because they don't feel you. And that's the thing. Your energy will always see people that will feel you, they will always see you in the dark. So what you can't see, you can see. Because I'm going to tell you, even darkness has light, bro. It's not the light that you would see. The carnal mind would think of light being something that you can see. See? But you can see in the darkness. You just have to have what? the right perception. You got to have you know how they say have to have a certain type of light to see in the dark, like a flashlight. But here's the thing, there's some people that see in the dark that don't need the type of light, that flashlight. See? Because see, that's the thing where people think they need something, not a light still went out. See that shit? It's cold-blooded, bro. That lets you know right there. No matter what, if it's flickering on and off, I can still see y'all. See? It's crazy because energy, bro, energy comes through words, energy comes through everything, bro. That's how you able to like find a name of something because of familiarity. It's like you can feel it because it's familiar. How did I know Fat Al was coming towards me? I felt him first before his body. See, I felt him first before he walked past, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. He didn't see me because he didn't feel me, but I felt him. I felt him walking towards me. So if he was walking towards me, how did I know he was coming? See, that's what I'm trying to see. It's the nonverbals that communicate, bro. So once you know the truth, you can't control it. You're left with certainty. You're left with, okay, he's coming. I hear him. Uh-oh, time to prepare myself. I better be quiet. What missed that point of him feeling me was this one thing: silence. That was the whole moral of the hide and seek story. Silence is what kept him from feeling me. It's cold-blooded. So you use that, Pisces, as what? As a weapon. Silence. You literally can be quiet in plain sight. And guess what? Your enemy can just walk past you and not even notice you. Cause this is the thing. Your enemies, they know who you are, but some of them don't know what you look like. That's why you can have a disagreement and then now you have an enemy. See, the whole thing is once you expose the enemy for being who they are, it takes away what? The energy. Their energy is not as strong as it was because you see them. And how did you know? Because you felt them first, bro. You knew, like, I knew this person didn't like me. How? Because I felt them first. Their energy, the movement. Like me being in plain sight when Fat Al walked past, and then he left. It's cold-blooded. That's what I'm saying. We Pisces, we are walking mirrors. See, if this is a thing too. Now, a Pisces, like I say, they need emotional, um, put it like this. They need the reciprocation, in other words. Okay, I'm gonna say that. It makes it easier for me. Now, my mouth is dry to say the word, but anyway, Pisces needs the emotional, uh, you know, uh, I don't want to butcher the word, but I'm gonna say it like this. The Pisces needs the same thing they give, they need it back. Now that's cold-blooded because it's the energy. I'm giving you clean energy. Please give it back to me. But what tends to happen is Pisces gives the energy in its purest form. It comes back filthy. See? Then Pisces can't absorb it because it's not pure. You cannot put clean water in dirty water, bro. You can't put something clean in something filthy because it ruins the whole batch. So now a Pisces is like, wait a minute, where's all this shit? What the is this? Now, this is when the Pisces goes silent, bro. Cause I came with pure intentions. You came with hidden motives. I can't connect to this because this is not the real you. So let me stay quiet so I can feel you. See? Now when I feel something off, now I can see you. for who you truly are, because you were not honest about who you really were. So I had to do this for me to protect my heart. So you never got Pisces how you be thinking you got Pisces, because, bro, a Pisces can hide. They can hide their heart, bro, from you. You can never have a Pisces like you think you have them, bro. It's almost like a Pisces will take their heart and hide it. And then they'll say, oh, they'll mention something, and then all of a sudden the truth just sneaks out. You know what? I had a group of friends tell me this. This happened yesterday. I don't even know their signs yet, but they set me up and they told me this. They said, yo, they said Rocky. They was like, man, Rocky got all this, motion going on. Boom. They was like, yo, we all should get together and set him up. And I'm thinking like, why? Why you asking me? He pulled me to the side. I said, nah, bro, I don't do that. I don't do that shiesty setting up stuff. I said, Rocky ain't do nothing to me. I said, Rocky didn't put me on. Why would I try to hurt him and do something to him, right? And then like 10 minutes later, all these people start coming up to me like, oh, you a real one. You a real one, bro. Yeah, you solid. We had to test you first to make sure you was solid. And then I ain't gonna lie to y'all, keep it 100 with y'all. I felt hurt afterwards. I felt hurt, like emotionally hurt. I said, so so what y'all saying is y'all went and huddled up because y'all didn't trust me over some hearsay. Somebody said I was a backdoor, and then y'all just behind my back, y'all congregated and just said, oh, I don't think he's really, trustworthy. And now y'all like, we all gotta test him and just see and just see and just see. Why? Because y'all ain't feeling me. Y'all ain't really feeling me is why y'all question what y'all seeing. So I was offended. But as a Pisces, I didn't say nothing. I just removed my energy. Because if I come with pure intentions, why can't you? I'm being authentic. Why can't you? Y'all gonna do some type of secret test to me to see if I'm genuine? First off, that is the worst way to test somebody and the most obvious way to show somebody who you really are. That mean y'all go behind the wall and plot and plan and do shit without the person that you're trying to see is genuine. You don't include him. You mentioned, let's set up the big homie as if y'all believe the lie. The lie is, remember I said the lie is a fly. It doesn't mean nothing until you put energy into it. Y'all all got together and put y'all 2 cents on me, which was a hidden conversation that I was not a part of, that I didn't get tickets to go to be there. So I'm confused. If y'all talking about me, but behind my back, who's the real enemy? They are. So what does that mean? Instant cutoff. I got the truth. I don't need nothing else. No receipts. I got the truth and I'm done. Think what you want to think. Cause I can't, bro. I do. Listen, with any Pisces would probably feel like this. Maybe some of y'all do. Maybe y'all feel something else. Let me know in the chat. Was I wrong? But remember I said this. Always be 100 with how you feel about yourself. If something bother you, say that shit, man. And who's judging you? Nobody. That's how you feel. If something rub you the wrong way, be honest, man. I don't like that shit. That shit is fishy to me. Because I wouldn't do that. If I don't trust you, guess what? I'm not hanging with you. If they make me feel like I can't trust you, make me feel uncomfortable, you're not going to be neck and neck with me ever. I won't allow you to, because I'm going to set clear and firm boundaries and always keep my door locked with you. See? Because remember I said, you got to think when it's necessary. Why would I hang with you if I don't trust you? That's dumb. That just gives me something to worry about. Why would I let you around me? I wouldn't. Unless I'm expecting to get hurt. Just the very thing of which, will make me not want to trust you is stupid. You wouldn't bring something close to you that you don't feel. It's cold-blooded, bro. And that's why I knew the same with them applied to them. So that was like I say, my verdict. I didn't tell them no closure because I seen everything I needed to know. People will, listen, when people treat you a certain type of way, in like I say, who gives them the right? Who knows? But when people treat you they go about something in a way that you disagree with, you have every right to walk away at any time. No explanation. Because like I say, that's the last thing. Cause I would always say, like, if somebody would, let's say I was in their shoes, what I would have done out of love, I would have been like, look, bro, we heard some rumors and I'm gonna do this openly. I'm not gonna get in no room, hide and huddle. I'm not doing that shit. I'm gonna talk to you face to face. If I'm the one that has the problem, it's just a one-to-one conversation. I don't have to have all my homeboys in it. Nope. If I'm the one that has the doubt, it's just me and you talking. And I'd be like, say, bro, hey, I heard rumors about woo, and I just want to know, know your side of the story. That's it. And as he explained, I can feel if he's lying to me. I don't have to go in no huddle and have all these people. That let me know y'all was doing more than just talking about me. Y'all thought a lot more than what y'all said to me. In other words, that's what I sensed. That people, because I'm gonna say this is how they organized it. Like they orchestrated it in such a way that let me know that they put a lot of thought into that shit. Like they thought they was really gonna catch me in something, because it's almost like they wanted to. See, like people don't start shit unless they really want a reaction. It'd be no point to create a scene just to not do nothing. Now, when it comes to and I'm gonna tell you why, because Pisces, they outgrow situations. Growth changes priorities, and the relationship in regards to what a Pisces would be in a relationship with, or two, it becomes stagnant. It's like that's why they have to outgrow the situation. Now, a Pisces, like I say, they'll choose peace over drama. So walking away, like I say, feels easier, and they don't like the endless arguments because it never gets resolved. Now, Pisces, oftentimes they realize love isn't enough, and feelings alone, they just can't fix everything. So sometimes if a Pisces get into a situation that will require strong chemistry, it's almost like it could be a situation where you can have strong chemistry, but then incompatible lifestyles. It's like, and that's why I always tell people, you have to have both. You have to have a strong chemistry with a person in order for the relationship or friendship to last, and you have to have the compatible lifestyle. Because you can't, if you do one without the other, then you just, like I said, you would just be relying on just love itself, and you can't, because that otherwise you're gonna feel some type of way, and those feelings, like I say, They can't be fixed. They can't fix everything because love is a feeling. So people people expect love to, like, solve things, fix things, and it don't. It's like if you cheat on your husband and you're willing to, like, make your husband's day by making him feel better, it ain't gonna work. He probably get his rocks off, but then after that, he's still mad what happened. He'll never forget or let it go. He'll still keep thinking about it, mentioning it. Oh, you was with that one dude though, but you was with that one dude though, but you was with that one dude, and the vice versa. If it's the other way around, it's like, oh, you know, it's the accusing thing constantly keeps going because love just isn't enough, bro. Uh, I'll say it's structured on a chemistry and compatibility. Now, another thing is, let me see here. Okay, let me talk about something else. Okay, so if there's a saying that goes around, people say you don't want to see a Pisces mad. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all things to look out for. Is the Pisces, they stop explaining themselves. Remember, with Pisces, you don't get closure. No closure. No closure. No, that is the outcome. No closure. And the Pisces become emotionally distant. As I mentioned, they use distancing as an armor, in other words. Okay, so how this looks is that a Pisces can care. Maybe yesterday they cared, but today they're unavailable. So when you look at Pisces doing in its duality, doing the righteous thing and then doing the complete opposite of, remember, every single, if you I'm gonna say it in a I'm trying to say it in a simplicity of like this, okay? Every with the two fish comes the escape and the hiding, okay? So we can say hide and seek. One side, one fish going upstream, like I say, that's more of the representative. The fish going downstream, that's more, like I say, the fish going downstream is like the escape. So Pisces has this duality. So their armor of leaving a situation always exists. They always have thoughts of leaving, always have, just they daydream about escaping. And it's not like it has to happen now. It's just, where do I go on my escape journey? It's like, if this person pissed me off, what else can I do at the same time? So it's like a Pisces always has this escape. Escape is a mindset. It comes with them. So it's like they could be caring, but at the same time, they can leave just as fast as they care. It could be yesterday they cared so much. You could feel the blanket, the softness, the love, the romanticism. It's just everything. They could be so great, and then tomorrow, just leave. They could just leave. They just disappear like that, right? Now, why is this? Because, like I say, they can remember old wounds, past issues, suddenly return. Remember, I said suddenly things happen outside of what the Pisces control. They don't try to think about these things. Sometimes those traumas can come back through the past lives, through these people that are currently in your face, because it could be unresolved conflicts that, okay, let's say, like you went through a situation and you didn't heal right from it. You never, you never resolved it. It's just still out there. Then it comes back around through a new person. And it's like a past life because you remember it. See, it feels familiar. Oh, this the same shit that my ex used to do. Oh man, it's just a different person. Well, damn, it must be a lesson behind it that I must pass. It's like a test. I gotta pass it this time. But that's how it could be. Now, another thing is the silence is louder, okay? The silence is louder than their words. So you got to understand the power in silence, in which I mentioned. This is how Pisces feels people, feels things before they actually see them. And I'm going to tell you why. You have to feel the person before you're able to see the truth in them, bro. You got to feel people first before you actually see their true colors, bro. This is like driving a stick shift. If you fuck up the first step, bro, you're gonna blow the clutch, bro. You're gonna blow the whole thing is messed up. If you do not follow the steps correctly, you screw the whole thing up. You always must feel a person out first before you actually see the true them. They're not gonna willingly show you the true them up front because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of themselves. A lot of people cannot handle the shit that they do themselves. And they damn sure don't want you to know. That's like you finding their dirty laundry. They don't want you to see that shit or know that it's there. And I'm telling you, they don't want to, they do not want to come into the truth of who they are because they fear being judged and they fear rejection. People will not tell you what they really like because they're afraid of what you're going to think. I know some girl that listen, there was a girl that loved, I think I said this before, she loves stinking feet. Weird. I know it's weird. It's weird. I get it. But there's people out there that are into things that you aren't into. It's life. Everybody's different. But this girl, she loved feet that stunk or stink. She loves stinking feet. That was just say it like that. And I couldn't understand, like, why? Because how would I? It's a waste of thought to be like, why do you like stinking feet? And she got off on this. This was her thing. She was very amused, entertained, and just super stoked on stinking feet. She said she liked guys that have like stinking socks. She's like, "Oh, give me all your funky socks. I love just give them to me. Just give them to me." And I'm like, "Bro, no." Because Pisces will in your cycle see certain things, not to be funny, but like certain things you could be into, and then a Pisces cross your path and they're like, "Yo, stop it. That like why do you like stinking feet?" But here's the thing. Be a friend of that person and find out the truth why they like stinking feet. And guess what? Some people don't even like, some people are not consciously aware that they're doing that. This is how some people can be, listen, some people can be demon possessed and not even know it. Where they put it like this, they've went through a stage, a situation where they got broken down, nervous breakdown, just totally just depressed. And if they're operating on a low vibration, we call this human demons. It could be someone that just eats their boogers and you're like, "Oh, that's gross." And you're like, "Yo, why do you do that?" They don't even know because it's no longer them. Low frequency vibrations are demonic, bro. At a certain frequency, there's not, see, at a high frequency is more angelic. Low frequency equals lower vibration. Demons come from beneath because of that frequency. That's that's why we know with hell, it's a certain frequency that you have to be in that place. See, from a low place. We look at the ankle biters, we look at scorpions, we look at things that thrive on the ground. ants, everything that live on the damn ground comes from somewhere beneath the surface. There's a lot of energy, a lot of shit going on right now that you can't even see because it's operating on a lower frequency. And see, some people get bound. See, some people get bound to that low frequency where they're enslaved, they're trapped until they see the light. And once they see the light in the true, like I say, euphoric, it's like a euphoric experience. Once they become like tapped in, then they wake up, then they're like, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? Why do I have all these funky socks? What the is going on? Because they lost their minds, cold-blooded. So you could lose your mind. You could lose your mind to the point where you're not even acting like your normal self. You have rejected yourself so much that you refuse to wear your own crown. See, because I'm gonna tell you, once you accept your own crown, now you reach your full potential. Now once you become, that's why I tell people, once you accept your crown, now you get 100%. See, now you feel enlightened. Now you feel awakened. Now you feel like, wait a minute, I accepted my strengths and my weaknesses, so now I'm balanced. It's cold-blooded. See, because your weaknesses are still your strengths. You have to believe that nothing's weak about you. The shit that you think is bad could actually save your goddamn life. And vice versa, but you gotta know what's bad and what's good. That is what keeps that's almost like the cross in between the both of them. You have to know what is good and bad to keep the peace for you. But the funny thing is, everybody's peace is different. Everybody doesn't want the same peace. See? What makes you feel good can make me feel like shit. That's why some people smoke and then some people don't. Some people have to have a cigarette. And guess what's the craziest thing about this? If you was to ask somebody, why do you have to smoke? They ain't got an answer for you. Because it's not you. You cannot understand somebody or something that you do not allow or do or have interest in in itself. If you do not have interest, you will never be able to understand why they do that. Because you're not a smoker. You cannot say, oh, you can't judge them either because you don't smoke. Remember I said you cannot control the truth. If you don't do it, guess what? You have to accept it and move on. You don't go questioning people, oh, why do you do this? And why are you doing that? And why are you this way? And why are you that way? Damn, how much control do you want? You can't control the truth within me, even if you had it in your hands. Nope. Because what the truth revolves around, neither one of us, if we reject the truth, we can't feel it anyway. It would be too hot. It's like, yeah, I'm beginning to feel the truth within myself. Yo, man, hold this hot ass truth in your hands. Okay, guess what? He can't stand the truth, so he can't hold it. Because it burns him up. It destroys you. See, that's why I say if you don't accept the truth, it destroys you later. Remember, like Fat Al walking past me and then leaving. Even if I'm standing there in plain sight, it still affects me because I can feel it, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you're in feeling, that's a good thing. When you can still feel shit and it ain't even touch you. It's like a spider that can just, people, I'm going to tell you some powerful shit. Think of a jumping spider, right? the funny thing is, you don't think a spider, you think a spider can't see you? I'm gonna tell you, it can. It see you. It just don't feel comfortable seeing you. It's cold-blooded. Bro, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, people don't want to, they don't see you because they don't feel you. They're not feeling you, bro. They're not feeling people that listen, if a spider look at you and a spider feels threatened, it's gonna say, wait a minute, I see you over there, but please, I ain't gonna bite you, but I'm gonna run and hide in this little crevice. See? Cause I see you over there doing your live video, and I'm just like, I just wanted to watch, but please, man, once you start to look at, see, once you become aware and you start to notice things, oh, that shit don't, the very thing that you didn't notice becomes afraid, uncomfortable. Cause you saw, bro, if you saw something, it's because you felt it there the whole time, bro. The spider, when you notice the spider is surprised that, oh, you saw me? Oh shit, I gotta go hide. Hoping that you were not aware of it the whole time, bro. You don't look over there and see it because, oh, you just merely looked over there. You felt it first, bro. Can y'all, do y'all hear me? Smash the like button if you see what I'm saying, bro. You felt something crawling in the corner of your eye, lurking, and you like, and then right bullseye, right on the money, you see the spider. You like, what made me look over my shoulder like that? I felt it. I felt it. And when I felt it, I began to see the truth. It couldn't sneak up on me. It couldn't. I already saw it. I found it. When you find the treasure, when you find gold, bro, that's it. You put it in your pocket and you move on. You keep going. Do you get on YouTube? Do you get on Facebook and say, "Look, there's gold"? No, because you already got the truth. You can't control the truth, bro. See, telling the whole world means what you're really doing is saying, "Hey, I found gold, but hey, I want you to come get it." So why? You know what's crazy? Let's say you're playing the lottery, right? Or the lottery machine, and you win. And now the thing is just flickering and flickering. It's just spitting, just going, just letting you know you got the big bonus, right? And you're not happy enough to just accept it and move on. You're like, I won. Then you get on Facebook and you're doing all the trying to show everybody what you got, but somebody comes along and snatches your ticket because you were just showing off and just you're all on the thing and trying to like show everybody, and somebody just walks past and just takes the ticket and just gets up out of there. Now you went all the way doing this and that, but what showed first is that you weren't really happy to have to show it first. See, you cared about showing it on Facebook immediately rather than just grabbing the ticket and moving on doing that later. But you wanted everybody to know, which means that somebody knew and took it from you. That's why I tell people, like, bro, why are you showing it off? Only for somebody to take it. It means you're not happy with it. For you to want to show people what you got, it means you're not internally happy about what just happened. Because what you naturally would do is just grab it, put it in your pocket, and move on. It's like get it and go. Why would you try to take pictures with it and you haven't even you didn't even accept it yourself? See, it's like certain things. It's like it's nothing wrong with being excited, but do it to where at least think first and get your ticket and get the hell out of there. See, because somebody might have saw you or whoop de woo. Now, I would say that Okay, so as I mentioned, silence gets louder than a Pisces words. So there's no text, no reactions, it's just distancing. Um, a Pisces also will stop giving second chances. You'll be very lucky to get a second chance from a Pisces, actually. Um, and I'm gonna tell you, at this point, when you don't get that second chance, that access disappears. Now, a Pisces, when they're mad, they get extremely, and like I say, brutally honest. So here, they're gonna say what everybody else avoids saying. They could stop protecting their feelings. They could the conversation changes, the whole vibe, the tone, the emotion is different. They withdraw their energy, and like I say, the effort vanishes. The Pisces at this point is no longer trying to save the friend situation. Now, a Pisces can simply, like I say, they stop chasing, the whole dynamic in itself flips, and a Pisces emotionally checks out first before physically leaving. And that's why if you notice, let's say you have a Pisces mate or friendship, and you notice that the relationship or friendship feels different, this is why. See, because they're done. Now, a Pisces also becomes harder to read because as a Pisces switches, like I say, they can shapeshift too as they begin to mold and transform into a whole new, whole new situation. They might not be the same that they once were to you or someone else. They become, like I said, harder to read. They stop oversharing. They, trust less. They notice everything, every inconsistency that exists. They stop making excuses for people. They become more independent. They disappear to recharge, and they stop trying to fix everything, and they stop, carrying the conversation. So I'm gonna tell you guys quickly how each zodiac sign reacts to Pisces being mad. Okay. Now Aries notices the sudden silence. So in itself, Aries is very okay. Aries gonna know when Pisces is mad. But here's the difference. Aries won't know that the Pisces is mad, but what Aries will notice is the silence. Okay. Now, Taurus, they notice the missing consistency. So they can see, oh, you're not calling, you're not, getting up with the person anymore. That's what Taurus will witness this and know this. They would definitely notice the missing consistency. Now, Gemini notices the communication shift. See, now Cancer, they will feel the emotional distance. Leo notices the missing attention. So Leo, as I always mention, they will okay, so here's the thing. With Leos will feel ignored. They will feel like, oh, do you miss me? They'll start saying stuff like that. Because remember, Leo wants to be a part of everything you do, Pisces. So the minute you try to, even if you're not done with them, let's just say you're just busy, they will feel like this. So Leo notices the missing attention because oftentimes you pamper Leo Pisces in the best way. They like Leos love Pisces the way they pamper them. It's like the best. So imagine a Pisces being that type of you know, plane ride where it has everything. You get a massage, your feet done, all different types of extras is like food, cuisines, finger foods, is like all of that. And I'm telling you, when a Leo feels that pampering, it's like they got to have you with them all the time. That's how it is. Now, Virgo, they notice the change in behavior when a Pisces is mad. Not Leo, Libra notices the balance. They notice the balance disappearing. Okay. So one thing with Libra, now, Libra can be extremely obsessed with Pisces. Extremely. And you gotta watch out because Libra is content when everything's balanced, but Pisces can tip their scales very easily. So when this happens, this draws the attention of Libra because Libra likes to understand Pisces in their own way. So it's like they don't want to understand you the way the world sees you. They want to understand you in their own diplomatic way. Like, oh, I get you, and they want to be able to, explain how you are to someone else in their own way. So a lot of times Libra could just, be nosy and just wanting to know, like, oh, why did you do such a thing, or just try to figure you out 24/7. Now, Scorpio notices the whole wall going up, so they can tell, oh, something's off, when the Pisces is mad. Now, Sagittarius, they notice the absence. Capricorn notices the detachment. Aquarius, they notice the unpredictability. And if it's another Pisces, they notice the whole um uh now here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you. If it's a Pisces and a Pisces, Pisces is the only sign, like I say, that knows everything of what its own sign is doing. And it knows it early, like fast. So instantly the Pisces will know that another Pisces, they would notice immediately if a Pisces is upset. It's like it don't take no time, it don't take um, no weeks, no theory, no type of, rocket science. Nope. They just instantly know. Now, another thing too, for those of you that are more curious about this, if a Pisces is mad, they stop showing their vulnerable side. See, they stop prioritizing. They start to prioritize their own self, their own, their own goals, whatever they got going on. They stop giving unlimited access to themselves regarding others. Um, they stop waiting for people to change, and then they become selective with their time, and they leave a situation quietly. So they don't. When a Pisces leave a situation, they get their shit out in a early. They don't wait. If they're gonna leave you, they pack their shit early. They probably start moving before you even see them moving. It's like, see, a Pisces will, like, let's say they're in a bad relationship and a Pisces is done, right? They're not gonna be the type to announce it, call you, text you. Nope. It's just they'll immediately find somewhere to go first, and then what they'll start doing is they'll pack their stuff, and then they'll start lugging stuff to the car, and then they'll start moving to their new spot. And once they get to that last box or that last little thing that needs to go, they leave. They literally leave, no closure. They don't. They just gone. And then, but the thing is, you do not know, like, that they're packing, that they're leaving, because remember I said, in plain sight. Once they feel you and see you for who you truly are, and let's say you had motives and bad intentions. Let's just say you guys, break up or had a bad argument. Even if a Pisces was, talking to you and y'all squashed it, and they still decide to leave, because you gotta understand. Remember I said Pisces will do two things at once. So they can literally, like, squash something and then still leave you. They can forgive you and still leave you. They can they can care and not care at the same time, bro. It's like, could you imagine? Oh, a person give you a ride home, and then don't they still don't f with you. It's like, oh damn, you care, but then at the same time you don't care. It's like it's like it make people feel it's like people don't like it, the duality thing, because they want Pisces to just feel and do one thing only. But it's like they're not even willing to do that, to give or reciprocate to Pisces with the same type of um desire. See? So a Pisces will do two different things. Or, like I say, they'll either care and then leave. But always remember, the second fish is for the escape, see, or to hide. Now, they only gonna hide if you try to trap them, box them in, or try to control them. See, to where they can't escape. So if they can't escape, then they'll hide, because you can't have one without the other. One thing leads to another and does the same outcome. Now, another thing is a Pisces will move on faster than people expect. Like, this is where people assume or misunderstand a Pisces, for being sensitive or extra sensitive. They might say, damn, you already done, or damn, you quick to, it's over. Like, oh, damn, you sensitive, that sensitive. I know you guys heard that before. And that's not the case. It's just because of Pisces, they move on faster. Notice that, faster than people expect. See, so a Pisces can exceed your expectations. See, because you would not expect, oh, damn, you done, it's over with. Wow, we just got here. Damn, you already done? And yep, it could be, because one thing with Pisces, remember I said, nothing fake survives. As soon as a Pisces catch on to the fake, the bait, they cut you off. They're done. They're done. They're done. It ain't nothing worth it to them to stick around when they already saw the truth. Because they know I can't control the truth anyway. So I can only believe what I feel before what? Before I see the truth in you, the real you. And sometimes this is the crazy thing. Even if you are the real you and the Pisces ain't feeling you, guess what? They ain't trying to see you. They ain't trying to kick it with you. They ain't trying to eat with you. They ain't trying to go fishing with you. They ain't trying to hoop with you. They ain't trying to deal with you whatsoever, because they're not feeling you. So what's good for the, what they say, what's good for the gadget. I can't. Hey, I'm like terrible with the little, like, those old school type of like idioms. I'm good with the new ones, but like the old ones, good for the gander. Oh, what's good for the gander is good for the goose. That's what I think it's called. Yeah. I think I said it right that time. Okay, so the good, yeah, anyway. So here, I appreciate everybody still here, listening and whatnot. Okay, so another thing is, you cannot guilt, listen, a mad, angry Pisces is the strongest, bro. The strongest, and it's crazy because I'm gonna tell you what happens. The Pisces that's mad is all, listen, it's so similar to karma, bro. Because listen, when Pisces becomes mad, bro, they get more confident. It's like not overconfident, but just enough to handle the situation assertively. They get bold, they get in your face, they bring up something you did, they bring the truth to you in your face. It's like they really cut through reality because of your own lies. See, so a Pisces can really shred some shit when they get pissed. Oh, they are impossible to guilt trip because they're too aware, bro. And Pisces knows that in order to protect their heart, they must be hyper aware of everything. See, because I'm gonna tell you, the intuition is not the go. It's not the only go-to for Pisces. That's just a guide. That's like a flashlight. That's just like a ruler, something to measure things. But the awareness, it cuts deep. It cuts so deep that it's even far worse than a damn infection. Even Neosporin can't cure it. How far that Pisces cut deep to the soul to where, oh damn. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. It was an Aquarius, and he was somebody who was always following me in school. And he was into, like, weightlifting. He was always trying to get his six pack together, and he'll always be eating peanut butter and wheat bread, and he'll always be telling me how it's, get the fresh batch or loaf or whatever. And then what happened was it was like a preacher in the school, a prophet. He approached us and he told us both like, hey, can I give you brothers a word? I'm like, yeah, cool. He tells me like, yo, you about to marry somebody that's not good for you. Please, hey, he was like, the Lord says don't, get with this person and, whoop de rule. They're all about sex and whoop de whoop. And then man, listen, when he told me the Aquarius stuff, oh, it was beyond like terrible. He said, and hey, you, he said, you're talking to a 15-year-old right now. And he was like, hey, Lord tells me that you need to stop this behavior or you're going to go to jail. And I turned over, I looked at the Aquarius. I said, 15-year-old, what the? And guess what? Dude did not deny it. He was like, I ain't do nothing with her though. I ain't do nothing with her though. I'm like, bro, how the hell you following me around? And I'm like, bro, I don't condone that. I just looked at him like, yo, but that's crazy how that prophet just tapped in just like that, bro, to where it was everything he said was accurate. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Why did he spot us out of the whole college, bro? It's cold-blooded because he felt us first, bro. That's why I'm trying, bro. It's like when you feel something, bro, it comes close to you, bro. Automatically, the truth. It's like, and this is almost like this. He knew exactly to talk to us out of everybody. And he was literally just standing at the little thing where you what they call those things? Vending machines. Remember, I always said the vending machine is the enemy because the snacks in the vending machine are like terrible for you. This is like grab and go, but people get them because they don't think. They just grab them. Now, okay, so what I was gonna say is this, okay? Now, I had a situation with a Gemini, okay? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Remember I said before, I said the Gemini you gotta watch out for, and I'm gonna tell you why, because I just spoke to a Gemini, and then we was like talking about freaky stuff. Now I know it was like on the first day, and then all of a sudden, it was like she was all for it, and then she just ghosted, she just blocked me. So I called from a second phone number, and I said, "Yo," I said, "I noticed that you blocked me." I said, "You could have just told me, like, that you didn't want to talk anymore." And then she said, "Well, because you were asking me inappropriate stuff, but you're 49 years old." I'm like, "Okay, but why didn't you say that? Because you was cool with it. You didn't say nothing though." Remember, I said you gotta set boundaries, and you gotta be clear with what you want and what you don't want. Because Pisces doesn't know offhand, so a Pisces can literally they can approach you in such a way because you didn't say nothing. How do you know how? See, some people say, "Well, you should know." No, I don't know you though. See, now, so yeah. So like, comment, share, subscribe, y'all, and I'm gonna drop some more videos tomorrow. I'm gonna try to release like 10 videos, so it's gonna be a large quantity. So just tune in for that. But any videos y'all would like to see in the comments, just let me know. And I love y'all. Catch y'all next one. Peace out, and thanks for watching.